for a speedy resolution. We need to get the whistleblower's report. We need to talk to the whistleblower, and even President Trump admitted that he did it. He doesn't seem to think there's any problem with that.
Republican Doug Lamborn says that impeachment is the wrong route for Democrats to take, tweeting that they are using unverified and inappropriate claims as facts in their continued agenda of harassing the Trump administration. Trailblazer Elementary School in Douglas County back in session today. That's after a lockout yesterday. Sheriff's deputies were in the area looking for a shooting suspect. They secured the scene last night. They later tweeted that the suspect was found dead inside his home. And in sports, the Rockies back in action tonight. They're on road against the Giants. First pitch at 7:45 Mountain. That's the latest. I'm Chad Hoffman.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Colorado Department of Transportation.
A bit of a crazy commute trying to come to a close. Couple of trouble spots to watch out for. Let's start off with the good news there. Looks like all lanes have reopened near Spear and Stout at the Convention Center. Earlier crash there in the morning drive. It clogged it up and closed a couple of lanes, but it's all open now. On the north end of town, got a rollover crash, serious one, near 136th and Sable. That whole area is shut down. Avoid the area if you can. Out by the airport, serious motorcycle crash from this morning has Jackson Gap Road closed north of Pena Boulevard. Have to use 75th and Gun Club as an alternate. The weather forecast going to be sunny today with a high of 82. Right now, fair and 63. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner on 630 KHOW.
Don't go home the hard way. Go home the expressway. It's easier than you think. Just enter and exit express lanes through the dotted lines. Watch your speed and don't use the lane as a passing lane. Now you can commute like a pro. Learn more at expresslanes.codot.gov.
Stock markets go up and markets go down. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 630 KHOW. Do roller coaster markets make you nervous? With all of its ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. To schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio, call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604 or online at yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
It's Dreamstyle Windows and Doors 30th Anniversary 30-day sale. Take advantage of huge savings with $285 off every window, $785 off every door, and 12 months no money down, no payments, and no interest. Hurry, this sales event ends September 30th, which means you have less than 1 week left. We offer a wide range of quality Pella windows and doors. Dreamstyle Windows and Doors, featuring Pella. Visit DreamStyleWindows.com to schedule your free consultation. That's DreamStyleWindows.com.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
I just don't get this. Megan Fox talks about how she encourages her 6-year-old son to wear dresses to school despite getting taunts from his classmates.
A new time. It's a heck of a show with Michael Brown. Weekdays 2 to 4 on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help, I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. What's on your mind today and how can we help you? Those are the questions I've been asking for nearly 40 years here in Denver. Longer if you consider elsewhere. The whole idea is to help people. That's really the idea of the show. And if you think about it, help comes in all shapes and sizes. You don't always have a definable problem that can be solved, but you have something that you know it just isn't right. There's something wrong. So you need someone to call, you need someone to talk to. We're those people. In fact, the show is so cool because we don't try to mold your politics or religion. We don't try to make you think one way or another. We simply impart information that we believe is going to help you not get ripped off. We're live on Facebook. Live on YouTube, live on the iHeartRadio app. And we're also on podcasts all over the place. You can find us, and we're also on radio affiliates. And, of course, our closest, KRDO, Colorado Springs. And then our flagship, KHOW in Denver, 630 on the AM dial. Welcome. All you have to do is call and get something off your chest. Or just talk about anything bugging you. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. You know what I'm tired of? Politics. And I know this is not a political show, but I'm tired of it. I think people make decisions based on politics, and they put politics above everything else. Everything. Absolutely everything. In fact, I don't think there is anything that would make someone change their mind if they have a political platform. It's the strongest force known to man. By the way, I want to impart some information on something I've read about and researched. It's the longest research study of people, 75 years long. How the hell can you get continuity on a study 75 years? And they did it. It is a remarkable study. You're going to find out some of the mistakes people make and some of the things that extended lives and made people happier. You see, this show is all about nothing and it's all about everything. It's that Seinfeld thing. It's a show about nothing. We can't define it. If you need help, information, referrals, call us, 303-713-TALK. Terry, and by the way, if you're listening, you don't know when to call, 303-MARTINO will always get us. People say, I don't know how to get in touch with you. I promise you, if you call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466, and you leave a number and you want to call back, we call you back. If you want to talk to me personally, we talk. Now, Terry, what's going on with you?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
I wanted to give you a quick kudos out to Joe Lazaro. I just left the courthouse on an extended ticket I was issued, and he really helped me out.
How?
Well, we had recently moved, and we're moving 3-4 loads over to our new house. It was getting late, and we were kind of back out in the country a little bit, and I dodged this big coyote, went out right in front of me, and quickly turned, hit a curb.
What were you charged with?
Oh, my gosh, you wouldn't believe it. I had parked my car because I blew out my front wheel, and the next morning they called me, and apparently it was a new cop, and he charged me with careless driving, leaving the scene of an accident, failure to report an accident.
That's a lot of stuff. What did Joe do for you?
You know what? It was a 31-point violation.
Holy crap. That means not only do you not get a license, but if you're reincarnated, that person doesn't get one.
Exactly.
So what happened? What did Joe do?
You know, we met and talked on the phone one time. We just met at the courthouse.
Yeah.
And got me down to careless driving 4 points.
Are you kidding me? Holy crap. Now, there are people saying, wait a minute, maybe she should have been found guilty or whatever. But I want to know this. Were you, and I want to know the truth, were you kind of guilty of all those things?
Well, I did hit a curb, yes. And I did move my car out on the side of the street, yes. And I parked it, yes. And actually the cop was calling me the next morning when I was on the line with a repair shop trying to get it towed to.
So what's the bottom line? Do you feel like you dodged a bullet here?
You know, in a way I do, but I didn't know, since there wasn't another vehicle involved and there was no other parties, I didn't know you had to report.
You know what? I didn't either. I've never heard of leaving the site of an accident as a crime if you're the only one. Unless, of course, you hit a telephone pole or a public utility or something. But if you simply had an incident and you had your car towed away or you drove it away, what the hell do they care? Unless they think you're covering up for alcohol. Maybe that's that's why leaving the scene is so strong. But thank you for giving us good news about Joe Lazaro. That's wonderful. Joe Lazaro has been with us many years, a criminal defense attorney, and I always say this, I hope you never need him. Now, the show is easy to access, 303-713-8255. Pat, what is happening with you, Pat? What's going on?
Well, I'm a professional artist.
What kind of art? What kind of art, Pat?
Well, actually, I specialize in commissioned dog and animal portraits for the last since 1999.
That's cool. We've used people. I've used people like you before for a horse, and I didn't have a dog done, but I've had horses done. So what's happening?
Well, I got approached by a licensing company about 8 years ago, and it all sounded great. I became one of their top 10 sellers.
Pat, you don't do bulldogs, do you? You don't do bulldogs, do you?
I've done about 4 or 5 bulldogs. You
don't have a bulldog sitting on a big chair. I bought a bulldog.
No.
Okay. Anyway, so what's going on?
Usually I get sent digital.
Okay, so what happened?
So anyway, I was doing great guns.
Yeah.
I went from a 9% royalty to 13.5%, which in the industry is the top of the sheep.
All right.
And for the last 3 years, I've noticed that my royalties have gotten less and less and less and less.
Yeah. So what did you come to find out?
I haven't found out yet. I'm not sure which way to go because I have gotten the runaround from the art director. It's like, the whole scene of art reproductions is gone down.
By the way, I hear the reason I bring this up about the bulldog is my better half got a commission, saw one she loved. She called the artist and said, I can't find your bulldogs anywhere. She said, well, I've stopped doing them years ago. And in fact, the ones out there right now should not be out there. She actually ended up doing one for us special that we paid for directly to her. But she said the company that licensed this just flat out kept doing it after paying her. And basically said, listen to this, come and get us. Because it's almost like they feel like, these are artists, they're not going to come after us. And they feel like they can get away with it. Now, is this kind of what's happening with you think?
No. I continue to sell.
What do you think is happening with you? What is your gut feeling? I mean, you're simply making less money. Maybe your art's less popular, or do you feel there's actually some shenanigans going on?
Yes, the market has become flooded with people who do animal portraits, and when a company like that finds that my popularity excelled what they thought would happen, then they start looking for more artists and selling more.
Okay, so why are you calling? How can we help you? Do you feel you're being cheated somehow?
I suspect, but I'm not sure. In the contract, my 13.5% royalty is paid after the expenses of their reproducing the work and then selling it onto these websites, as well as catalogs and all kinds of stuff. My contract, I don't understand why they haven't told me the truth that the manufacturing costs have gone up, which may not.
All right, hold on.
I don't know.
Okay, I would like a copy of the contract. That's where we have to start. I want to talk to our attorney, or I want you to talk to him, Mark Trenner Law. He's a trademark attorney and a copyright attorney and an intellectual property attorney. It's very important that you get accurate information. But here's the problem. I am not sure that you have a right to ask. Suzanne, maybe we can get Mark Trenner on for a quick question. Let's see if we can. Hold on. We have more coming right up.
Where was it? Tommy, you finished the show yesterday, not Mark. It was John Fuller yesterday. It was the day before that Mark finished the show.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Tommy was trying to throw Mark under the bus. We all blame Mark.
I definitely was. Or Dan, but Dan.
Well, it's always Dan's fault.
I know you.
Where was it?
It was just in here somewhere. I'm right at the most inconvenient
It's just weird.
That's why I love my Epson EcoTank printer. It's a wireless color, all-in-one super tank printer. It comes with a ridiculous amount of ink in the box. It's enough to print thousands of pages.
I got the same printer.
So you just don't run out of ink as often. And when it's time to get new ink, it's going to last thousands
How much?
more pages.
Is it in one thing or what?
No, they give bottles, big bottles of ink there.
So you just fill it up?
So you just fill it up. And they sent me, got through Costco, they sent me another whole thing
And the
of
compact
ink for free.
EcoTank printer.
So, I mean, you'll never buy ink.
I'll never buy ink again.
You'll buy a new printer.
Just fill and
Yeah.
chill.
And
Check out EcoTank
No.
at Best Buy.
I got to tell you,
And
I got to tell you, man, I want to talk about that printers.
EcoTank printers from Epson. I love them. Just fill and chill.
And I'm chilling.
K&H Home Solutions. They say they're home solutions because they do everything from the roof, siding, windows, doors, and they do a wonderful job. Now, this is what I love about K&H, their specials. They have true specials. This month, right now, September through October 20th, I don't know why they picked that date, but you get a free color upgrade. Now listen, most vinyl is white. Now, if you have people paint vinyl, it won't ever last because vinyl is a material that doesn't adhere well to paint because it is so durable. And that's bad news for paint. But here's what K&H does. They have now colors at the factory that are factory embedded into the vinyl that will never need painting or maintenance. And you get a free upgrade to a color. So now you have beautiful vinyl replacement windows. Make your own appointment at khwindows.com, khwindows.com, or give them a quick call for details, 303-421-7100.
When you think about home loans, think ideal.
Okay, bro, you're having like the middle-aged delay.
Did you hear that old lady on the after she hit the curb? So that she hit the curb, she left the scene of the accident, and she got a ticket, right?
Yeah.
31-point ticket.
Then she missed something. Oh, maybe. I don't know, man. There's
I
something
think
weird.
they suspected alcohol. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. She might
But she
have
was
had.
able to drive away, right?
I think she left her car there.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so they finally come.
We're in the people business, helping companies find
Probably
them,
right, Tom.
train them,
I bet they
and
did
empower
suspect
them
that.
by clearing the way for them to do their best work. Because when your people do it, your business
She dodged 27 bullets.
Man, 31 points?
informed by data and designed for people.
Oh, went and got my license yesterday. Took about 20 minutes.
Oh, you did good. Where'd
20
you go?
minutes.
Oh, my God.
Walk-in.
Which
No
one?
appointment, walk-in.
Where was it?
Off of County Line. I've never seen it so good. And I passed the eye test.
Douglas County's pretty good.
No, this was Arapahoe, but.
No, I'm saying the one in Castle Rock, the driver's license bureau, I've never had to wait more than 5 minutes.
20 minutes, and I was out of there. I got to the lady and under.
You know what's weird is they don't do it there anymore. They send you the license.
If you do it online.
No, you didn't leave with your license, did you?
Yeah, I had my license.
No.
Oh, no, but they give you the temporary.
Yeah, I'm saying you didn't leave with your, they used to actually give you your license right there and then.
Oh, I think it's because they're doing new ones now.
Yeah, probably.
I got my brand new one through the mail.
You did, because, but you had.
But I never renewed it.
You had an eye test within the last 3 years, right?
No, it's every other.
This is 10-year. This was a 10-year license that I renewed online for another 10 years.
Yeah, your next one, you're
Here's
going to have to
Daphne
go.
said, you won't be able to do it probably, but try. And I said, I know I can't. They told me first, they want no smiles on photos. And second, they want eye test. And third, I don't know, there was some reason. I went online and I just answered the questions and they sent me a license. I went on knowing I'd probably be bumped off.
Right.
And before that I did it by mail. So I don't understand. I haven't seen these people in 20 years.
Well, see, I went online, and as soon as I seen that eye test thing, I just went off and said, I'm going to have to go.
But I didn't do, I mean, they never
It was 10 years? I thought it was 5 years.
It is 5.
This was a 10-year license I renewed. Now, I don't know if I got a 10-year back, but my license was 10 years.
Really?
Yep. No, it was honest to God a 10-year license. I remember thinking, oh my God, where will I be in 2020? And I remember that when it was 2010. And I did it early too. That's another thing. Maybe because I did it before it expired. Maybe.
Mine hadn't expired either. But you can only do it within 60 days of date of expiry. That's what they told me anyway. That's online. That's what they thought.
Mine was September. It was my birthday, 2019, because I was thinking, oh my God, that's going to be at the end of the year. 2019, so I renewed it in September, in July. And you know something? I never, ever believed I would get it. This is the big day. If Mark Trenner's around, did you text him?
Yes, I texted him, and she's emailing me the documents. I'm going to call her back.
Thanks.
Did yours say glasses?
I put Huyson's number on line 6.
I don't remember. I don't remember how I handled that.
We're up. Because you could pass it perfect.
I'm top. Your mind, what's pissing you off, what chafes your hide. We don't always get problems that are neatly packaged that we can solve, but I do have something very cool, and that is this 75-year-old study done by Harvard. 4 directors. It was that the study was meticulously handed off from one director to another. And the continuity was amazing. 700 men, well, why men, I don't know, but 700 men. They picked highfalutin and poor. Well, and 60 are still alive out of 760 are alive. 60 in their 90s. Wait till you, it's so easy what they found out. It's like, oh, duh. Connie, what's going on?
Hello.
Hey.
I'm just in need of some good, a couple immigration attorneys.
We got great ones. In fact, we get kudos about them all the time.
Okay, great.
What is your issue? I'd like to know, and maybe, because, you know, we love to find teachable moments here on the show. Tell us about it.
Sure. Okay, it's been going on for at least 4 years. And
is it you personally?
No, it's my husband.
Okay, and tell us about it. Is your husband from another country and has been here for a while?
Yes, he's been here 20 years. So.
What on a visa?
Well, we're trying to get a U visa, and the main point is that we're doing everything they want us to do, and they claim they couldn't get a letter to our appeal for the U visa to us.
Now, were you turned down for a visa already once?
Well, I don't know if it was turned down. I guess, yes, and we appealed it. It was denied, and then they wanted more information.
When he first came over, were you married?
No, but the year after. We got married a year.
Now, did you meet him here?
Yes.
And what was his status at that time?
He was not supposed to be here.
Was he here illegally at the time?
Yes.
And how did he convert that?
I guess we're still working on that.
Okay, so he never actually had legal status. And Connie, trust me when I tell you, I'm not trying, I don't care about that. Well, I do care, but I'm not trying to trick anyone. I'm trying to get an accurate picture from Muheisen. I'm going to give you the number for them. We're trying to see if they can get on the phone real quick, and then we can push it to the front. They're very busy. So your husband was here illegally, and he basically skirted immigration for all these years, and you decided, let's just get this done, right?
Well, I've been wanting to do it from the beginning.
Yeah. How long ago did he start his first application?
That was only in 2016.
Okay, and here's the controversy, and when I say I don't care, I believe anyone here illegally, anyone who is willing to go through the legal process should not be penalized for coming forward. So many times people come forward, they want to make everything legal, and they're told they have to leave first and come in like everyone else. And I think it's kind of unfair.
So if you make it over the border,
right,
then you should be fine, is what you're saying.
No, not really. I'm saying that if you come forward on your own and say, look, I'm here illegally, I've been here for many years, I'd like to get this done legally, I don't think you should be penalized. Now, I don't think they should go to the head of a line and be first, but I just don't think they should be penalized. I don't think so. Why would
That's
you?
Just it. Well, then why wouldn't you just
Here's why,
and
Mark.
then come forward?
Because
then you're in front of the line, and you get to stay.
Well,
it's nuts.
They don't penalize people who are here illegally anyway. Why would? But yet
they just rounded up a ton of people at some chicken factory and sent them back. I mean, they do all the time.
So I'm thinking first, if you come forward, people should feel free to come forward and get legal status. What's wrong with saying that without being penalized, Mark?
Because then why wouldn't everybody just sneak in and go to the front of the line and not get kicked out? It doesn't make any sense.
What you mean? Okay.
You're incentivizing people just to sneak in. Therefore, if you get in, you can stay.
But here's the deal. Anybody can stay who does it legally. You know, America is made up of immigrants. I don't think anyone is advocating no more immigration, for God's sakes. They're saying do it legally.
Of course.
Okay. So all I'm saying is, if you realize the error of your way, you come forward, want to make it legal, you shouldn't be penalized for it. That's all I'm saying. Now, but Mark is saying if you do that, then people will start coming in and then expect not to be prosecuted.
Yeah, then they get amnesty.
Okay. Then perhaps one of the changes we should make is that let people in immediately for a temporary time while they apply.
Yeah, I think a great idea would be a work visa. You come in, you pay taxes, you get a work visa, and then you apply.
I'm all for that. I don't pretend to have all the answers, but we all know. You know, and by the way, Connie, this is just a discussion. It has nothing to do with you. We want to help you, and we will, by the way.
Well, we're that far. We've got a work visa, social security card, but they're just saying they never got the letter to us. We've been at the same residence for 18 years.
All right. You know what? I'm going to love this story because you're going to get help. Muheisen and Muheisen, and here's their number, and you tell them you talk to me, and we'll also talk to them for you. Here's the number, 303-407 0453.
Okay.
All right?
All right, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's like we're just waiting.
No, I know.
Everything, and we're doing everything. He's even on on ICE probation. We've been reporting, and they've got on the probation, waiting for you visa to come in.
I get it.
It's on there. It's on there. They wrote it.
Where's he from? Where's he from?
He's from Zacatecas, Mexico.
Okay. Do you think? And I'm not just asking you, Connie, but do you think it matters where you come from, guys, when it comes to?
No.
I don't think so.
What do you think, Connie?
Definitely not. I'm with you. If you're coming forward, I'm one of those. You know, I used to get great grades. You come forward, you do everything right, and you behave, and you don't commit. You know, I'm on their website, and then they've even blocked me off of their website.
Of course, the point Mark is making, the point Mark is making is that's after you've already committed the crime of entering. But here's the deal. I know that there is a complicated issue here with immigration. One thing that I know for sure, or I feel for sure, you can't just have open borders. You just can't. You have to have some kind of process for either becoming a citizen or a visitor. Don't you think? I mean, isn't that logical? But you would be shocked at how many people say, just let them in. That's it. Just let them in. I don't know the answer.
This is Denver's talk station.
How long is she married and stuff? She should get automatic citizenship, right?
He should.
Yeah, if he's married to it. She's a citizen.
20 years, or almost 20 years. Well, why?
I have no idea why she went to something screwed up in the system there. Muheisen, I'll bet you turns this around.
Out by the airport, Jackson Gap Road is shut down north of Pena Boulevard due to a serious crash from this morning involving a motorcycle.
Especially if she's been married that long.
Get around that, use 75th Avenue and Gun Club as your alternates. Also, 136.
So it is Guy.
Rollover crash. Series one still being investigated.
It is Guy.
Gian. Rest of the drive across town.
Far.
Looking fairly decent compared to this morning.
He's
remains slow in the elevated
project
portion of this
manager.
time. The weather forecast. Going to be sunny today with a nice high of 82. Right now, a few clouds.
Gian, looking at that.
Gian.
Took the Omani suit.
Indeed, used by over 3 million businesses for hiring, where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard. Learn more at Indeed.com/hire.
Word association, Mark. I'm going to say Sheridan Auto Tech.
Kevin Culkin.
Uncle Kevin.
I don't know about
that. We joke
Mm-hmm.
about that because he's such a big, friendly guy. Seriously now, I'm going to tell you, he believes in long-term relationships when it comes to customers and doing things right. Honesty, integrity, knowledge, experience. In Lakewood, on Colfax, just west of Wadsworth, okay? And then in Aurora on Havana, just south of 6th Avenue, Sheridan Auto Tech. The place you can trust. I send people there, 303-455-7242, SheridanAutotech.com.
If you've saved a lot in your IRAs, 401ks, and other accounts, taxes could be your biggest retirement expense. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, every Saturday on 6:30 KL. As a CPA, when we put together your comprehensive retirement plan, I'm always keeping an eye on taxes. Don't let taxes derail your retirement. Call 720-488-8604 or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
I earned 2 cents this week. I don't want to hear anything. 2 cents.
Hey, you gave your 2 cents.
I'm up to $1.53.
Listen to that. You literally gave your 2 cents. That's where that came from.
Can you have Dad give me some coffee?
Yeah.
I'm going to run at the top. No. I'm going to run at the top of the hour.
Is Daphne here?
Do you know, oh, I discovered something. So when I do my aerobic, do you know what gets me like where I'm doing this? If I use my upper legs.
Oh, okay, your thighs.
Yeah. I mean, it's just my, if I run, I can do this one, I can do rowing, I can even do the cycle if I'm reclined, but if I run upstairs or do leg presses, I fucking hit a wall. I hit a wall. Now, what's that all about? Isn't that crazy?
I would say those muscles and stuff aren't tuned like the rest of the muscles.
But why would that take more energy from my heart?
Because you're not tuned.
Is that Pelosi when she was younger, or is that her now?
Is that Pelosi? Is that you?
It sure as hell is.
Holy cow.
She looks totally different.
She sure does.
I love pants.
Oh, in 98. In 98.
Ooh. Only 20 years, and that's...
Time is not her friend.
So, you know, I'm still trying to get, hopefully, signed contracts.
Oh, Mark, I'm getting pissed. Are we talking about our favorite?
Yeah, it's all right. I didn't. In fact, I shouldn't have even said anything.
You know it's a sore spot for me. I don't even want to get into it right now.
More than Google, Facebook, even television. Because hey, where's the time to sit and watch TV? So when you want to connect with all those constantly moving adults, teens, and millennials, get to iHeartMedia.com and put AM/FM radio to work for your company.
Yeah, so if you marry a U.S. citizen, not automatically a citizen, but they got to apply for a green card, there's no waiting in line.
Really, right? I've got some great news for you.
And then after 3 years as permanent resident, apply for U.S. citizenship.
Yeah, but he never became a permanent resident.
He did nothing.
And Mark's saying basically you should throw them out immediately.
Mark, you shouldn't say that.
I don't even know what to tell people anymore. It's like, Jesus, okay, just open borders. Really, all you said is if you get here, you can stay here. That's fucking open borders.
Never said Mark. Never said it. Did I say if they get here, they should stay here? I said they shouldn't be penalized for coming forward. They might ultimately be rejected, but they shouldn't be thrown in jail if they come forward.
No, they shouldn't be thrown in jail. They should be brought back to their country of origin.
That's what I meant. They shouldn't be.
Well, then everybody would come here. If that was literally the rule, we wouldn't fucking have any
space. You don't understand.
Left.
People can come here right away if they apply legally. They can. Awaiting. I mean, there is no. See, that's what people don't understand. That when people say let them in, we do let them in. If somebody goes and applies for a visa, they can get it. I mean, they can't just come for the hell of it, but they have to work or something. But why do people think they won't let them in? They will.
I don't know how the work visa works like that.
It sure doesn't work for someone that has zero
fucking
ability.
We got to get Muheisen on.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say that, did I? You always put.
You said anybody can come in. That's what you just said. That's not true by any means. I don't think we take people from Honduras. I just said zero skills.
Mark, I just said you can't come in for anything. I just said you have to have a work visa or some other reason. That's what I said. Now,
we don't just give out work visas.
I got to find out because
if you can't speak English, you have no skills. They're not. What are they going to give you a work visa for? Being a bum? Here's a bum fucking visa.
I think they should open up the work visas for that where they do need that, even if they do. I mean, working on a chicken factory.
Of course.
But, right, be everything up aboard.
By the way, the notion
And
if you have a company sponsoring you should get a work visa.
Yes, that's what I agree with.
Tom Martino, and I'm... And therealestateman.com, a great guy. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Why? Because I have never heard ever anyone saying I am not better off. Everyone says I am way better off for using him. Even with commissions, it doesn't matter. He just far outperforms the market on both buying and selling. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I'm going to talk to Brittany. She needs help with a dealership. But we're having this discussion during the break, and I did not say everyone should come in for any reason at any time. I just said I don't think if they come forward, they should be penalized if they want to go through the system. But there is a discussion we did have in addition to that. And I don't know the answer, okay? I'm just saying that up front. But it's my impression that if someone applies for a work visa or a visa for another reason, they will get it? Or is there a long process or waiting list? I need to know that. Is there a long because my thought is just come in legally with a visa. Worst case, you get turned down for residency or for citizenship. I don't know. I guess we need to ask Muheisen if we can, and we probably will. Right now, Brittany. Oh, hold on. Hold on 1 second, Brittany. I'm going to answer this cold. Okay, can you hold on, please, because my people are out of the studio. Just hang on, and we'll get right to you, okay? All right? All right, thanks. Now, Brittany, you have a problem with a dealership. What kind of a problem?
So they financed me. I put $1,000 down. They financed me into an SUV that I found out last weekend is completely unsafe. This thing has broken down on me 3 times.
Now, wait a minute. What did the financing have to do with the SUV, or is it a separate issue altogether?
Well, it's kind of my issue because they won't take the car back. It's completely broken down now.
Okay, now, Brittany, I'm going to put on 2 hats. One is going to be the strict technical person, and the other one's going to be you're my sister. So let's first do the technical stuff. If you bought a car as is, it's yours.
Yeah.
And there is no provision for return unless they have it in the contract, like they give you a certain number of days or there's a guarantee. So let's just get that out of the way first. Again, I'm going to take this in 2 approaches. One, trying to help no matter what. The other one, just giving you the black and white. So in the black and white, did you buy this as is?
Yes.
Okay. So technically, if you had it for 5 minutes, it wouldn't matter. Now, there is an exception to as is, and again, Mark will tell you what happens when I say this. What happens, Mark, when I say as is, unless there's fraud, what will happen?
She'll say there was fraud.
Exactly. Most people do, because sometimes there is. Now, Brittany, first things first, you bought the thing, and did they say to you anything that could be used against them? Did they say it was a one-owner car or something very definite, like this is a perfect running condition? Did they make any kind of innuendos?
They told me that the only issue that was wrong with it was the gas cap.
Okay. Now, do you have any text or anything that would prove that?
No.
Okay, what was the vehicle that you bought? What is it?
A 2004 Ford Explorer.
Okay. How many miles on it?
220.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Never.
Well, I was only financing it for $3,000.
Yeah. But,
so,
hold on. The whole thing was going to be $4,000.
3. Actually, like I threw $1,000 down, and I only owe $2,350 on it.
That's $3,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
It was the only place that I can get to finance me.
Okay.
And I needed a car.
I understand, Brittany, but I want to say something for people listening, because the show is for both the caller and people listening. Never buy a car with more than $200,000 under any circumstances, because you will have major problems.
Yes, I know that now.
Okay, I understand. Now we have to try to make the best of this. You have 220,000 miles on an 04 Ford Explorer, and what is wrong with it? Okay, let's just get right to that part. What's wrong with it?
Okay, so the transmission has been leaking. They have said, they've come and picked it up and have told me I'm going to take it to a shop and try to get it fixed. And I got it back, not this last weekend, but the week before. And they said, we were just waiting for a part to come in. The part came in. They said that they had fixed it. And then when it broke down on me this Saturday, the transmission is leaking. The tow truck that had to come get me told me that the gas pedal pretty much went out.
Okay.
That's why it wasn't going anywhere.
This part doesn't matter. What matters is this. Are they willing to undo this deal? Because this car, I mean, you're never...
No.
Okay. Now, the good news is you only paid $3,000. I'm not even sure if it's worth $3,000, but that you only paid $3,000. Dano or somebody...
$1,000.
What's that?
I only paid $1,000 because it's literally been broken down on me. I haven't even had it a month.
But you financed the rest, so you paid $3,000.
But I haven't paid it yet.
Oh, okay. Now, are you willing to walk away?
Well, that's why I'm calling you. I'm wondering if there is a way that I can, I don't know, figure this out to have them take their car back since it's, I mean, the thing is, I haven't even had it for a month.
I understand. We'll call them, but where'd you buy it?
Magnum 66 in Greeley.
Okay. I will say right up front that they don't have to do anything. Let's just see if they will undo it. They may want you to sacrifice some of that $1,000. I don't know if you'll get your full $1,000 back. And then the loan, we have a problem with the loan. I don't know how strongly you feel about this. Some people, if you're in so deep, sometimes it's better to just say, you know what, I learned a very important lesson. I am going to walk away. So I'm at their mercy. I don't know what they'll do. Magnum 66 in Greeley. Hold on, and we'll see if we can get someone. We're a little short-handed today on callbacks, but we'll see if we can call them and just see if they have a comment on this Ford Explorer. I'm really sorry this happened. Sue, what is happening with you, Sue? 303-713-TALK. Go ahead, Sue.
Hey, Tom, I just wanted to know, what's the CBD salve that you use? You said was so good.
Okay, I use the CBD, is that what you're talking about, right? The cannabis stuff? Or it's actually from, it is not, it is not charged with THC. Panacea. Panacea is the brand, and I use mainly the tablets and the chewables. I don't mean edibles. I mean the chewable tablets. It's Panacea. They're just, listen, they are the best I have ever found. And I even toured the factory. They are, I want to be truly transparent. They are going to be a client, a sponsor, but this is after I used the stuff and decided this was cool. This is good stuff. These guys will tell you, Mark.
Where did you get it?
I think Panacea is available almost anywhere. I'm going to find out for you, but here's an 800 number, okay? It's 800-985-0515. Now they have both full spectrum and they have regular, which means no THC, and then full spectrum has like a point something. It's very tiny, minute, but I have found all of their products to actually have an effect where I truthfully, I never thought so. I thought it was a lot of hype, and this is a lot of crap, and I'm hearing more of the same. I truly, truly love the Panacea products. 800-985-0515. And again, I approached them about becoming a sponsor because it worked, and all the other people that had sent me stuff, it was useless.
Now, impact traffic.
What's going on? Liz, I'll be quite honest, I'm going to dump all this fucking thing in your lap very soon. She keeps trying to fill out this form.
Why doesn't she let that?
I have no fucking clue. I have no clue. So this time she fills it out with an email of 80110. So when I plug in the shit, it goes to that email to get signed, which isn't a re-email, of course.
Okay, now see, you're sounding like me now, so.
Off highway up north, 130.
Can you ask Liz to come here if she's in the building?
Yeah, just tell her to come up.
And then we got to kill the audio because you're not going to want to hear it.
Your impact traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner on 630 KHOW.
Indeed, used by
She just doesn't get it.
Where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard.
She can't sign the fucking contract. What good is that?
You know, I take home services very seriously, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And that's why you hear me talk about Plumbline Services, plumlineservices.com. For 17 years, I've known them from the time they started with Jeff Belk, the owner. And I have literally followed them through every single growth spurt. And I even now train and talk to the staff about customer service. They bring to the table 7 values: faith, ethics, character, excellence, leadership, and stewardship. That means they believe far beyond the commercial part in doing what's right. And right now, a free furnace with the purchase of an AC plumb line.
This is such bullshit, man.
No, you see my frustration with everything.
This is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. For fucking 2 weeks, I have said, just have them fill this out, and I send a link. She fills it out, so it goes back to her or it goes nowhere. I don't want her fucking signature.
We gotta tell her this.
God, why is it so hard? It's so easy.
What sort of policy made sense for us?
I never imagined a life insurance could be so affordable.
What good is it having the sales rep signature when I fucking have to sue somebody? Honest to God, what? I might as well start signing shit for fucking Joe Blow.
I'm glad we went with ethoslife.com. 90% of Ethos customers have rated our service great to excellent. So go to ethoslife.com now for your free estimate. That's ethoslife.com. Ethoslife.com. I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. Because Ideal wants to make sure if they do a refinance for you, they put you in a better position than you were in before. And being in a better position than you were before means you have a shorter term or a
I'm getting that immigration call back one with Muhisen. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just wondering where they can help you tweak your credit. It just takes a few hours to get you even better pricing, or they have the rate guarantee. So if rates go down even further, they will refinance you free of charge over the next 2 years. Give them a call, 303-867-7000, whether you are refinancing or buying, and check out their...
So Brittany is a single mom with 7 kids, just so you know.
You know, I'm almost inclined to cancel, and those are 2 big clients, those 2.
Well, I just asked her to come up. She refilled it out again. I mean, it's like, I just got...
Do you want me to
maybe she simply, no, not right now. Maybe she just simply, maybe she simply doesn't understand. I don't know how that's possible.
So Tom, the panacea is strictly hemp?
You know what? I bet anybody else in this building, when it comes to the endorsement contract and shit, because do you think iHeart just starts running ads based upon a fucking wink and a nod? Or do they go through credit? Do they go through signatures? Do they go through everything? I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking off crazy. Does Ross just simply start for no reason?
So just look on the work visa, they say it takes 150 to 210.
And then everything's a fucking fire. That's the problem. I say, here's how you do it right, and then everything's a fire.
Hey, Tom, we have 5 minutes when we come back, and Jay only has till the top of the hour, okay?
And Indeed has solutions like company pages where you can get people excited.
Seriously, I didn't even text you. Maybe text Liz and have her come up.
Can you turn off the sound?
Why has been the problem? You were saying, no, I have no idea. She's putting her email on. She's filling it out. That's all I can say. Are you filling it originally with A? There's nothing wrong with that, but when you fill it out, your email's the one that goes back to you. Whatever you put in there is where it goes back. So 2 weeks ago, you got to put his or own email, or you use a bad email from him and he never gets it. So listen, as soon as I get this one backside, the digital one, I will do the endorsement that I will send Not gonna lie, that happens.
This afternoon at 2. Getting up to 30K pounds from iHeartRadio. Denver's talk station. On your smart speaker. Available on over 2,000 devices. I'm Tom Martino.
We were quoting or paraphrasing Mueheisen from Mueheisen to Mueheisen because it's a complicated issue. And then other questions came up. Now, as far as Connie's concerned, she has one issue, and then other issues came up, which we'd like to talk to Jay Mueheisen about. And Jay has been with us a very long time. My goodness, I remember the day we signed him up. I actually went to his office. And Jay, all I can say is thank you for all of the clients you've helped. So let's start Connie's problem first. Let's just get directly to it. Connie?
Hello.
Your husband entered the country illegally about 20 years ago, and he's been here, and then you married him about, 18, 20 years ago, right after he arrived, and you guys have been basically under the radar. You said, let's get this legal, and when did that process start?
That started in 2016.
And what did you do in 2016?
We applied for a U visa. He had a situation where a guy robbed him and put a gun to his head, and he called the police. So we used that as the
What is a U visa?
It's where they give him permission to stay. I'm not an attorney, but it's like a temporary.
Jay, what is a U visa? Jay Mueheisen.
Hi, Tom.
Hi. Yes.
A U visa is a visa that's made available for victims of certain crimes who cooperate with law enforcement.
Okay.
It allows them to have up to legalization. It's to encourage people to not be afraid to go to the police when they're victims of crime, and because they may be undocumented. So it's an opportunity for victims of crimes. If they get certification from the police department or the prosecutor's office, it gives them a path towards eventually becoming lawful permanent residents.
Was the U visa turned down, Connie?
It was denied, and we sent in an appeal, and it took a year and a half, and they said that they mailed us an appeal on May 13th, 2019, but they will not give us a letter. It showed up as could not deliver, U.S. Post Office. They blamed it. I've got it all.
All right, so right now, where is the status today?
They typed up something saying that it was denied, but they're not giving us the actual letter or answer. And my husband has to report on November 13th back to ICE in 7 weeks from today. So we're just, quote unquote, waiting for the letter. We
now,
do have
in 7 weeks, why does he have to report back? Is this just a normal thing?
It's part of his I don't know, promise.
Could he be sent back? Could he be sent back?
That's what we're afraid of. Yes, that's why I'm wondering if we could do like a petition, being that I'm a married.
Well, you're married. You've been married for almost 20 years. So, Jay, what should she do? I understand she has to come see you. We just want to do an overview.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Tom. So I mean, I'm going to put the U visa issue aside for a moment. It sounds like that was denied. They probably missed every deadline for any kind of appeals, although there might be a way around that since they seem to have not gotten the mail. So I'm going to put that subject aside for a moment. You bring up a good point, Tom. She's married to him. She's a U.S. citizen. Now, had he entered with a visa and overstayed, it'd be a lot easier. They could straight away apply for adjustment of status so he can get a green card.
Oh.
But because he entered illegally without a visa, that complicates things, because what he'd have to do, she can petition for him, but ultimately he would need a waiver for his unlawful presence, and he'd have to prove that his wife, the U.S. citizen, would suffer hardship if he's removed from the country. If that waiver is granted, he can get a green card. So it's really something I think Connie and I need to talk about off the air. I know schedule time to come and see me. I'll look forward to talking to her about that.
Good. That's what we're going to do.
For the purpose of the overview, as you said, and for the purpose of just your educating your listeners, it's a very interesting distinction. You have to distinguish between somebody who might have came on a visitor visa or a student visa and then just stayed here illegally for several years. In that situation, if you marry a citizen, you can apply straight away for adjustment of status, You don't need a waiver. You don't need anything.
Just in short, Jay, we had a discussion and wondered if someone applies for a legal work visa with ICE, are they let right in, or is there a waiting list?
No, it's not that simple. There's no way to just straight away request a work permit through ICE. ICE can't give you
or whatever. Is it, in other words, is it difficult? The reason people cross the border immediately, and we're running out of time, I wanted to know if it's difficult to just get a visa. If he has to leave, he has to leave. I understand. If he can stay, great. Or we get him on one day for an immigration day. Centeno Schultz, living stem cell therapy. I can't stress that enough. If you are looking for...
When Hiram was doing it, I sent a link to Chase.
He did it?
Yeah, he had that account, and they moved it around. It took Hiram 24 hours to get the contract done. I'm on 10 days on this new one.
If a clinic has fluids shipped into their clinic, you are
Actually, less than that. 8:40 a.m. I sent the link out, and it was done at 9:23.
Does other talent, or do other talent have contracts? Do you know?
I have no idea how they work. I know it comes out of it goes into their check. You know what I'm saying?
That might be with the station. They let it handle everything.
I'm sure the station has contracts with them for the endorsement, though. There's no way they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
963-9201. I'm seeing lives changed by high-quality stem cell therapy.
Ugh. I mean, I like her. I'm glad she brings this stuff, but man, it is so frustrating. Just do it right the first time. Her idea of what was her thing? She was saving time. It's 10 days later. And I got to, I'll tell you the other one. Jesus, I just got to tell you this.
Yeah, and I want to tell you something.
He calls it the Biden cam. That's what he did.
Biden cam?
He calls this the Biden cam. I do too.
Why?
I mean, I invented that, but he literally.
Why Biden?
Because Biden is, he smells women's hair and does all kinds of weird shit. So if you hold this upside down, it's an upskirt cam. So I nicknamed it the Biden cam. Okay, let's see here. JFR. Oh, okay. I'm back to reality.
Be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why.
Oh man, I hope the electrician finishes up. Oh man, I did the nicest all LED in the new garage. Everything is LED.
Of course you did.
And they're these big. There's 4 huge.
You know those sodium vapor lights? How much fucking energy they take up?
Oh, I can't even imagine. These are pretty big LEDs. They take up Here's the difference. You pay for it up front.
How much?
They're probably $400 to $500 a unit, and I've got 4 of them.
I need to do my hanger.
Yeah, I'll let you know how they go.
On, right?
What's that?
They're instant on.
Yup.
The sodium vapor.
But I had to wire a switch too, where I can override motion detection or not on them.
Of course.
Yeah.
I need to find those. I want big motherfuckers.
I'll take you pictures of mine when they're hung.
Big bright ones. Do you remember the name?
No, I'll take pictures and
I'll
get
just
the
go
name.
up and install.
They're 15. I got 1,500 square feet, and my roof is way probably tall. How big's that door tall? Your hangar?
18.
Okay, mine's 14, but my roof is like 20.
The roof is higher. My hangar is about 6,000 feet. How big is it? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I know it's a big building.
I bet 4 of these would light that thing up like no problem.
I'm wondering if I even need that though.
You might even just need 2.
I don't have any partitions or anything, and I'm just wondering because, not that electric. I'm there so infrequently using lights, but it's just I like the convenience. These things really. I mean,
they take forever to light up.
Oh, and then
they got to warm up.
Yeah, and then you turn them off. You can't just turn them right back on.
You could get a retro. You'll actually save.
Well, that's what I mean. Retro.
See, I thought about that.
No. Retro meaning those bulbs. You can't replace the bulb.
No. What I'm saying is you can actually take advantage of the credits because you're replacing shit. I can't get the credits because mine is new. I'm not replacing
anything.
So
should I call one of our guys? Like the guy that used to.
Yeah, let me see if he can do it. Or I'll ask the guy doing mine if he does those.
He can come.
They're on the referral list. They're really good guys.
And he should just take care of all of it. I should just have him do it. I mean, installation is plugging it in.
Literally,
they're plugged in.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fixtures hang and then you plug them in.
That's all they do.
Yeah. So I did. Listen to this, man. I did outlets every about 10 or 15 feet all the way around. Then I even did one that's up in the middle of the barn, and I did some outside.
I had hanging cords.
Those are cool.
Listen, I had an attic where I had a winch, and you could hook something to it, and it would bring it up.
Oh, that's really cool.
They're cheap. Do you have an upper level?
No,
a loft?
I don't have one. No.
But if you did, I had storage up there. People said, how'd you do that? You go like this with a sling. You bring it up. Somebody's up there. They put it down.
That's cool.
I had so much shit stored up there that I didn't use often, and I just love having that barn.
Are those sidewinders quiet?
Yes.
Yes. Mine are going in today.
They're incredible. There's nothing.
These guys, the garage.
They're not transferring anything. It's just it's turning your shaft directly.
The garage people I use, they sell a aftermarket.
A big fucking door like yours. Jesus, a sidewinder.
Oh yeah. They're light. Those doors are light as fuck, man.
Are they insulated?
Oh yeah, they're insulated.
When you think about home loans, think ideal home loans and the help they can give you.
What's your faces don't do commercial. They wouldn't do a 14-foot garage. I tried them first. One clear choice. They don't do them. You got to rent lifts and shit. They just don't do it.
They can answer all of your home loan
Well, I got both doors insulated, 2 sidewinders, and then 2 ones to replace my other garage. Labor, everything, $3,800, man. Look, I know it's cheap. 2 sidewinders, 2 normal LiftMasters. Oh, here's what I was telling you. They sell a generic LiftMaster. It's made by LiftMaster with a white label. It's a LiftMaster with a different name.
Why do they do that? Tom Martino, and I appreciate you being here. All you have to do to get help is call 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Now, Suzanne, do you know why Pat is back? I want to talk to her, but I wanted to give her our intellectual...
I emailed you and Mark Trenner all the paperwork, and he's going to be calling us pretty soon.
Oh, good. That's about intellectual property.
Did you see her picture?
It's pretty cool looking.
That she paints? Let
me
look. You emailed it to me? Let's look here. Okay, 303-713-825. Oh, man. She's really good. Holy
I
crap.
wonder if she's ever done one with a bulldog and a Shih Tzu.
No, that's really good. Let's talk to Suzanne, looking for an auto broker. Hey, Suzanne, what's going on?
Yes. I live in the foothills, and I've been trying to locate a good broker. I've tried a AAA, and the broker didn't call me back, and I've tried another broker, but the prices he's quoting me that he says he's getting from auction are higher than local dealerships.
Are you looking for new or used?
Used.
Okay. Now, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a Chevy Suburban, 2014, 2015, or 2016, and I'd like it to have second row bucket seats. I have 3 kids, and they're in and out of vehicles, and I tow horse trailers. So
now, why did you choose a Suburban? I think they're great vehicles. Why did you choose them?
Mainly because of 3 kids and friends.
And the other good
and
part,
needing the ability to tow.
The other good part about this is they depreciate not as much as a regular car, but they depreciate more than, let's say, Land Cruisers and stuff. You're going to get a great value if you get the right broker.
JFRcars.com.
JFR Cars.
JFR.
Yeah, and who do we speak to? The gentleman that comes in for Car Day. I love the guy. He's a great guy. You know, here's a good broker will search.
It's Rod or Ron?
Rock? No. Rock is the other guy for the other company. Okay, so listen, here's the bottom line, though, Suzanne. I like
Rod Greer. Sorry, Thomas.
Yeah, Rod.
Greer.
Oh, it is Rock?
Rod.
R-O-D.
Rod Greer. Rod.
But if you go to that website, you can put in your information, exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah. And again, you still need to shop, not because of JFR Cars. They're the best as far as, well, I say, you know, they're great people. Who knows who else is out there? They're great people. We've checked them out. We background checked them. They're on the referral list. But product is product is product. If they don't have it, then you can help. They can try to look for it, but you got to look elsewhere as well. And you may want to just go to RockiesAutos.com just to see if they have it, and then compare. But we will we'll tell Rod you're calling 303-520-6839.
You know, we had an Equinox, Suzanne, for about a day. 2 days. We had to rent one.
I didn't like it.
I'm telling you,
I like the Equinox.
It was a brand new 19.
I like
600 miles.
Yeah.
Going down I-25.
I love the Traverse too. Go ahead.
Going down I-25 between Lincoln and Castle Rock.
Yeah.
If you don't have good suspension, the car literally bounces. This Equinox, with less than 600 miles on it, had the worst ride compared to a much cheaper Hyundai. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. It was horrible. She was the one stuck driving it.
Something's going on with it. I don't think
it's cheap suspension.
No. I don't think it's characteristic of the Equinox.
We should have kept it so he could drive it. I knew you would not believe it.
Well, only because of my personal experience with the one I had. I love the little vehicle. I like the Traverse better, but maybe that car needed sore maintenance. We do have Mark Trenner on. Finally, good.
Yes, explain to him the problem,
yes.
Tom.
Mark Trenner Law, does intellectual property of all kinds. Trademarks, patents, patent searches, provisional patents, copyrights, all of those issues about stuff created and stuff protected. Yeah. So, Mark, when an artist has a royalties agreement, so much per unit sold, do they have the right to ask for records? I mean, Pat suspects something's going on. Pat, you've had this agreement for how long?
2010.
And in 2010, do you recall the terms of the agreement as far as how much per unit?
13% net revenue.
Oh, it was? Oh,
right.
We have the agreement, and Mark looked at it. I'm sorry, that's right, 13% net revenue. Now, how much has it been going down over the years?
Well, in the year 2010, when I first appeared online, I only made $2,234. In 2017, I was up to $25,000. 2016, I made $39,000.
Yeah.
So it's been changing, and I feel, and they've introduced a new product, and he said, well, it's just in the testing phase. We're only going to pay you $1. And
but what I don't understand is you called because you feel they're cheating you somehow.
Well, they've changed their method of collecting data. I used to be able to see my sales every single day.
Okay.
And now I can't see them at all.
I guess that is the question. And also, contracts are contracts, meaning if you had one in 2010, I don't know if it automatically renews, but they can't change the terms in the middle of a contract unless the contract gives them the right to do so.
They can with 90 days.
Okay, are you looking at that contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, good. Mark Trenner now, if you could weigh in general, with this contract, is it slanted way toward the distributor?
I mean, it probably is. It looks like they're the ones that put it together, and
Right.
I'm not sure if the caller was able to have an attorney look at it or not, so I'm not sure how solid the agreement is on her part. I did see in here somewhere where they have to provide an accounting, but an accounting is they say this how many units that we sold, and that
right.
So therefore this is the calculation you make. So I don't know if they did that calculation for you, or if you're thinking more not so much in terms of an accounting, but an audit, where you could actually go in and say, hey, I want you to actually provide records that back this up, not just your number. I looked at it briefly here. It's a 6-page contract.
Does she have an audit? Does she have an audit privilege?
Yeah, you would want to look for an audit provision. That would be the best thing.
If there's no audit provision, is she stuck basically with what they calculate?
Still, I mean, a contract is still just an agreement between two people, and unless you're at odds with each other, you can usually talk to the other party and say, hey, can you just explain to me why this has gone down? I mean, it looks like a pretty significant drop compared to what I was used to. Can you show me some evidence of where that dropped, or how that dropped, or why it dropped, so that we can work that out? I mean, I would start, rather than taking the contract and making a contract dispute, is try and work out at a business level and see if you can get some information from them.
Now,
the problem is, a lot of the time, if you bring the attorney in, then all of a sudden then they get their attorney and then nobody's sharing anything. Whereas if you just contact them as a interested party to the contract, you might get some more information and then be able to follow up better.
I think what's happening is the 13% royalty is still in effect. She's getting that, but her sales are a lot lower.
Maybe.
Yes.
But Mark,
that's probably what. Yeah.
Well, then that's no one's fault. That's no one's fault. But there is.
But I'm wondering, what do these in number 6? What do these expenses include?
Okay, I wanted to. Okay, Pat, that is a good question. Or did the kid, is part of it, the kid got braces? Hold on, because this is a really good question. Mark Trenner, if you could be so gracious to hold a minute, because I truly have a question about net revenue for anyone who does consignment, for anyone who does rev share, for anyone who does sales. It is so important that net rev be defined. It is a terrible, high, risky event.
Hey, there's a new type of account takeover.
If I said to you, okay, we're going to have a rev share, and I fucking start saying, oh, by the way, we got this and this and this and this and this, I can make it anything I want it. I hate net rev.
What's the guy's name? Chase?
Yes. I wrote to him. And you've got a copy. I just said, look, man, we need a contract.
Including account takeover and phishing.
That's a relief.
Protect your business at
Fix it long.
Your journey secured.
Fix it 24/7 right now. We're in a really weird time, right? We're getting ready for winter, but it's way off the really cold weather. That's good news. You can get your system completely cleaned and checked. New customers, $39. Why? Because Fix-It wants to be your company. Listen, they lose money on each of these calls, but they gain customers. That's why they do it. They go through your system for 2 hours or more. This thing is like taken apart to the extent it can be. And they refurbish your furnace, I call it. They do it, every part of it. They clean, they lube, they adjust, and they take notes of anything that you have that you should be concerned with. And then they give you a 100% no breakdown guarantee and 100% satisfaction. They always go the extra mile. I've used them for all of my systems. You can too. 720-526-3939 for just $39. 720-526-3939.
Are we done with the Trenner calls?
If she has any questions, leave her specific questions. And Mark, I do have questions for you.
Insurance can be almost as difficult as talking about it.
But then we heard about Ethos Life Insurance.
Where's Junk Case? Is he not making it? That's an interesting business. I had a lot of questions for him. I always thought that would be a good franchise.
What is that?
Junk Kings.
What is that?
If you need shit hauled away, they come and haul it. They're basically like a trash company.
What is
like old TVs,
what is
electronics?
franchisable about it? Do they make connections on dumping? Do they make connections on what? Other than advertising?
Advertising.
Okay.
That's the most important part.
I guess what I'm asking is, what's to prevent you from just opening up that?
Nothing. Well, you know what? There's something to be said for the business plan, how much to charge, what kind of truck to buy. There is a lot to be said for all that.
You know, Scott.
Like Subway. There's a lot to be said. Here's the sub sandwiches you sell. Here's how much you sell them
and they
for.
know cost right, but they also supply stuff. That really
The
is
equipment.
A big deal. They supply a lot. Whereas you have that, what is that dental one? Where they're a marketing.
Yeah,
firm.
we use them for a while.
Perfect. Something.
No, it's Delta Dental.
No.
No, Smile, is it? It is a Smile one. We used them for a while. Fuck, I can't think of the name of it.
Okay.
We used one of their
you know what I mean.
providers for the braces.
Now, okay, what about, I was going to say something. You were talking about, franchise. Okay. Scott Backhoe, Scott said, I really think I could do that, franchise that, a backhoe and a man, because you can stay constantly busy with consumers, and I can show someone how to do it. You know, that's not a bad idea. If you think about the numerous times, it is. But even a Bobcat, if you thought about how many people need a pile of dirt, but just one pile, and it doesn't behoove a big company to have
No,
that
not
service.
at all.
But think about how much money you can make if you had a company and did just specialized in that. It's a great idea. You get in and you get your Bobcat, you leave. So many people, one right after another. I mean, I remember
The
having...
only downside is the equipment cost and the, you got to be able to operate it. I mean, fuck, I watch him on that shit. It's honestly an extension.
I know it. You know what? It is hard. Especially, man, how fine they can get. I've watched guys with backhoes and stuff, and I think, holy shit.
You can tell he loves them.
It
really is an extension of him.
He's a master electrician, right?
No, he was a journeyman.
Oh, I thought he was a master.
He was just done with that shit.
That is.
He's using his little trencher to do my trench instead of using an actual trencher. He's using a little, a little tiny fucker, a 12-inch bucket.
Same backhoe or just different bucket?
170 feet. No, it's like a little.
Wait, it doesn't take a long time.
It's like a little mini one. It's like he had it out there before. It's got two treads.
But does it attach to? It's a whole machine.
Yeah, and it's got a little scoop.
And he owns that.
Yeah, he owns it. Sure.
Where does he keep his shit?
I think he's got a big garage somewhere. I don't know. I mean, if you really think about it, most of the time the shit's on site somewhere.
It's hard for people to keep shit now because of marijuana.
What do you mean? Oh, warehouse.
People used to rent shit for next to nothing to store their stuff.
He's building a big, he's building a nice setup on his property. He's got, I think, 5 or 10 acres.
You got a lot of rocks? That's probably why he doesn't want to be.
Where is Scott?
I think Roots or more.
Where is he?
I want to say he's kind of like Aurora-ish, but north. I don't know, or east. I don't know. I don't know. But if he's got 5 or 10 acres, I mean, I doubt he's in Aurora. But he's building a house. It's basically a pole barn house. A kit.
Wait,
it's pretty wild.
But it's a pole barn?
My brother, sister-in-law.
Yeah, it's not a steel building. It's a kit house, but
they're still houses. They're called. They usually.
Yeah, it's got a garage attached.
Yeah.
713 talk. Mark Trenner. Does Pat have a specific question? Yes. So before I get to it, Mark Trenner is an intellectual property attorney, and by the way, is the name of this person Ditto online too? Is that the name Ditto? What a wonderful name. Holy crap. I'd love to know the jokes made to her in school. Hold on. Now, Pat, you have specific questions for our IP attorney. Go ahead, Pat.
Yes, I was wondering, my royalty should apply to all sales. That's something I'm going to have them write into my new contract, which is due.
Well, why wouldn't it apply to all sales? Why wouldn't it?
Because one particular item they decided to make, they said, well, we're just testing it. We're only going to pay you $1.
Oh. Weird. So what is your question for Mark Trenner?
And I wanted on number 6. It's I get paid royalties after all of their expenses. Can I ask for a definition of what these production costs are?
That's exactly what we were going to talk about. You're right on track with what I was going to talk about. So stay on while I ask one question for the multitudes, and then you can see if it answers yours. Mark, net revenue, it's danger. Shouldn't there be, I mean, what if they just say, well, we had to clean the office, or we had to do something else? Or how do you control that if you haven't already done it? Can she say, now we know in a new contract you can say anything you want that they'll agree to, Pat, as long as it's not against the law. But Mark, can she say on this, if my income is dependent on net revenue, what I want to know exactly what expenses you are attributing.
Yeah, but I was actually looking at paragraph 6, and they did define net revenue, and they just said gross sales price, less applicable and customary discounts, which I would assume is just if they offer like a 10% off the purchase.
But what about cost of sales?
Allowances and returns.
What about? It doesn't say anything
about cost of sale. It just says excludes freight costs. So, I mean, you should be getting the full amount.
That's what it sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like you have a net revenue. It sounds like you have a gross revenue. All they're minusing is a discount or a return.
It says allowances also. What is that?
Allowances meaning they allow somebody some money on something, I believe. I don't know.
Yeah, if there was a defect or something, they had to just write it off.
In other words, that doesn't sound like a bad net revenue contract to me because it doesn't even say expenses.
Right. Expenses would be a problem, like you were saying, but this doesn't say anything about their expenses.
In fact, listen, what you need is an audit, Pat, and as Mark said, just to make a long story short, as he said, what you need to do is simply try to do it in a business fashion before you enter into a dispute. And that, or a conflict of any kind, because you want more than this accounting. You want an audit. Now, Mark Trenner, some other questions we have on this. When people enter into a contract with intellectual property, are there things they often overlook and you say, oh man, I would have never signed this? Are there items, for example, defining expenses would be one of them. What else?
Yeah, I mean, that always comes up. There's so many things that just, and it's so specific on the specific transaction and what the two parties want. That's why it's just always good, even if you want to do the initial negotiation up front before you do the final signature, is have it looked at by an attorney just so they can say, oh, did you consider this, or did you consider this, or that's an overly broad definition, or this term isn't in your favor. There's just a lot of that comes up. And I see it all the time, and usually it's too late. They think they're getting a good deal when they sign the contract, and then they find out they're not getting such a good deal, but then it's too late to go back and modify it. So,
I get it.
Oh, yeah, always do that up front.
Okay, so Mark, as far as after a this has always been to me of interest. Let's say you impart stuff to them while you have a relationship, stuff they can use on their website to identify the art section of their website, or logos or icons. Who owns intellectual property once you leave or the contract expires? Is that, again, subject to the contract?
It can be subject to the contract. It should automatically revert unless there's some language to the contrary. So you want to, I mean, as a copyright owner, I would specify in there that it does revert back at the termination of the contract.
Right.
And that all rights revert back to the artist or the owner.
That's Mark Trenner, 720-221-3708. He'll always do an initial consultation to see what you have and then give you flat rates. 720-221-3708. Now, of course, if you want him to work by the hour, he can do that too, whatever you feel is best. 720-221-3708. Now, for example, Mark and I have something that says our intellectual property becomes ours upon termination of the contract, so they can't keep using our logo and stuff. But if you don't specify that, it can be a problem. And you never sell your intellectual property in most cases. You simply assign them for licensing, their license to use it. Is this Yesenia? And by the way, I don't know where Ditto went to, that strange name Ditto, but yes, Suzanne.
Yesenia called yesterday. You wanted her paperwork. She thought we had it, and she's getting it to us right away, so
Okay.
you might not want to take her yet.
But yeah, okay. Yesenia, you were calling, though, about financing denied?
Yeah, like they keep my down payment, which was almost 11,000.
You know, that's ridiculous. I mean, they're going to keep your down payment even though financing was denied?
What kind of vehicle was it?
It's a Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. And who was it that sold it to you?
Ricardo was his name.
But what was the dealership?
EPO Motors.
I'll call as soon as we get the contract.
Yeah, we're going to call
I mean, they
them.
can't simply keep the 11,000. How many miles did she put on it? Did we look?
Well, did you have the vehicle for a time, right?
Yeah, I had it. I had it for like 5 months already.
Yeah, and here's the point. They only could collect bailment or use of the car for 10 days, and it has to be reasonable. And if they do it for 10 days, they may claim, well, we tried to get the car back and she refused to bring it back. We don't know what they're going to say, because if you withheld the car from them, they're going to have damages. Now, did they ever ask you to return the car?
No, they never asked me anything.
Okay, hold on, and we'll figure it out. 303-713-8255. So, on this study in Harvard, 75 years, and they had something like 2,000 people. And it went on, and what they studied is lifestyle, income, accomplishments, mental health, physical health, all from various backgrounds, from very rich and affluential down to the ghetto, basically. They didn't call it the ghetto when it started in 1938. And Harvard amazingly kept data, and I'm not going to bore you with data, but I will tell you that the stories are amazing. And in many of the cases, the rich people did not remain rich, and the poor people did not remain poor. We have more coming up.
This is Denver's.
It would be very easy to say, the more money you have, the healthier you are.
That's right. There is something though that they found.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by
American Restoration Short. Did that rollover crash on the west side by 76 just past 74th Avenue. Solid backups past 88.
Maybe they ended
They're trying to get that cleared on the way, but still big delays. Also, watch out for crash being cleared.
That's a Great Depression, isn't it?
Right, that went through. No, it was actually the end of the depression, right? It was the start of World War II.
Who was the president?
Franklin.
On that stretch.
Not during the Depression. Well, he got the end of the Depression. Hoover was the start of the Depression.
What started it?
It's going to be sunny today with a high near 80.
I mean, the stock market crashed.
I think just like 2007, 2008. There was too much investing. There was just the stock market was going this.
Everybody was excited.
business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions.
They were investing in everything. They were basically
American Restoration.
There's pictures of soup kitchens.
Oh, yeah.
American Restoration is a company that I highly recommend. That's because they do a great job, but mostly because this entire industry is riddled with liars, cheats, and rip-offs. You can trust American Restoration. After a fire, flood, storm, mold, chemical contamination, asbestos, please call them first. 833-7-AM-REST. They are the bomb. And maybe I shouldn't use that in this kind of context, right? Anyway, American Restoration 24/7. Here's the website, amrest247.com, amrest247.com.
It is remarkable. Look at this, free coffee and donuts for the unemployed.
But that's about all they used to give back then. Then they started, what was the big thing, working. They actually, parents sent kids to work in these camps back then. And then they had to give so much money back to the family, the kids there and stuff. It was amazing. But people worked. It wasn't like, they weren't just giving free money. Everybody had to work.
Our performance speaks for itself.
4 children for
Pads,
sale.
counters or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, they have our
And that's the same time during the Dust Bowl.
What are you talking about now?
The Depression. The Dust Bowl was going on at the same time. There was a lot of bad things.
The pictures are just unbelievable.
But like people just wanting to work.
Can you imagine what Iran really looks like if you could get in there and look at this? Or how about North Korea? Oh my God.
Well, North Korea that's just criminally, but Iran actually was a pretty successful country. North Korea.
At one point.
Right.
Preserve the value of your car
I don't think North Korea was ever successful.
today. Experienced, highly skilled, in business more than 15 years. 303-619-6273.
I think North Korea to me would
That's
be like how they
303-619-6273.
treated the
Locations
Jews
in Aurora
or
on
Jews
Mississippi
treated
near
the Jews.
Chambers and west of Denver on Wadsworth, just south of Yale. Flexident is a preferred shop on myreferralist.com. 303-619-6273.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of celebrity endorsements in town telling you who you should call for your next home loan. The question you have to ask yourself is
I
that
just
who
don't
they called
understand
when it was
why.
time for them to get a mortgage? When you hear an
He
on-air
is
personality
so
talk about ideal
evil
home loans, it's because they
that
picked up
I
the
think
phone and
people are
called
so
us with their
scared
own
to go
personal
against
home
them.
loan. To find
Because
out
he'll
how we
wipe
can
out
help you, call
your
us today
family
at
and
Ideal Home
everybody.
Loans,
Kind of like what the
303-867-7000, or apply online at
Yeah, he
idealhomeloans.com.
will.
Equal opportunity.
And it'll be in the worst way.
MLS 136756 for terms
Hungry
and
dogs.
conditions. Whether you're dating
Boy, you have to have a sick mind to even come up with that.
guys, it's really important to
Or
have
shooting people with rockets.
That'd be at least a quick way to go, but being tore apart by dogs to me is.
No, the rocket thing is just so everybody sees.
Hair restoration procedure can help you like it helped me.
But it wasn't really right. It's a howitzer is where he got shot with. So it's like a big can.
It is a big cannon. That shells like this. My grandfather, that's what he did in the arsenal, was build those fucking things. I got a cutout of a cannon. No, not the shell, the actual
bullet.
No, no, it's not round, it's long. The bullet goes through it. The cylinder.
Oh, okay, the barrel.
The barrel. And it's a cutout, and it's, it's in a certain pattern. It's not like just round, it's literally a pattern.
Well, inside it.
Inside it.
Rifle. That's the rifling.
But it's this big. Yeah, the rifle.
Yeah.
But it's huge. It's like this.
Right. That keeps it, otherwise we get more accuracy.
Save $285 on every window, $785 on every door, with 12 months, no money down. No
I bet you that video is somewhere in North Korea.
Which video? All of the. Should it?
Here it is right here. Here's what he says. 120 starved dogs.
That's
She did try faxing it, but I didn't get any fax from her. So of course she took photos. But don't make fun, Dan.
So they stripping him naked, throwing him in a cage, feeding him alive to 120 hungry hounds.
Who is this?
The Korean guy did that to his uncle.
Is that true? Was that his
Creepy,
uncle
yes.
or was that his? Was it his uncle?
Creepy.
But it was,
Is it true that?
several people.
And is it true that Donald Trump watched?
It was one of his dogs. He sent one of his dogs over.
Honest to God, they did that.
Execution by dogs.
But I think it wasn't there several people involved.
Did they videotape it?
Oh, I'm sure they did.
He had a whole bunch of. He had all his people watching. He would make his people watch.
Actually, it was the uncle and his 5 closest aides were set upon by a pack of hunting dogs that had
What brought this
eaten
up?
days.
What brought this up?
The bulldog picture, that lady. We were wondering if.
What's the best dog to feed people?
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Did we get the information?
Yeah, we got something I'm looking
Okay,
at.
so she said she put $11,000 down on a vehicle. That's the down payment. And then after 5 months could not get financing, they're keeping her $11,000.
Man, they filled it. From what I can see, you got to understand. I'll let you look at this, but it's horrible. It doesn't look like they filled in anything. It doesn't look like there's an interest rate. It looks like she just bought the vehicle.
Now, I've brought up this issue before, but it's really important. Financing agreements at dealerships often obligate the dealer to finance it. That is in a nutshell. And I want you to know that because it is very important and it is a mistake dealers make. They think they're hooking you into a deal. Then they call you when they can't get the promised financing and say we can't get it. But technically, they may have obligated themselves. Now,
there might be something in there, but this is useless. This is a useless picture.
No, I mean, we need something better than this.
I got to be able to read it.
Maybe if she comes here and Daft makes copies, really, we got to help her, but because it does sound to me like they're keeping $11,000 unjustly. I can't think of a scenario where keeping $11,000 as a down payment would come into play. You need to walk me through this, and Yesenia, this is not helping us, okay? We truly need to know more detail. This is such a poor rendition. Now, okay, let me take one thing at a time. They said they were going to get you a loan, right?
Yeah, they told me I was already approved.
Yeah, and for this sake, I just need yes and no's, and unless there's something you need to say. And you put down 11,000, right?
It was 10,500.
Okay, good.
So, almost 11. Yeah.
Now, and the balance finance was how much, roughly? Just how much? Roughly. Within 5,000 is fine. Within 5,000 is fine. How much?
5,500.
So you financed 5,500.
No way.
That's what she said.
Oh,
that means the vehicle's only $15,000?
No. Actually, the vehicle is almost 40,000.
That's what I'm saying. The math is nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you financed 30,000.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And then when you must have had questions. When you own a vehicle and you don't have a payment, you must have called them and said, I don't have any loans, or I don't have any payment. What did they say?
Oh, they keep on telling me to sign another contract or find a co-signer.
Okay, and you said what? No, I can't, or what?
I took my mom, and...
But this is after how many months?
It's been 5 months already.
When did you bring your mom in? After 5 months?
After 2 months of the first time they told me I was already approved.
And in 2 months, when you brought your mom, did she sign for you?
Yeah, she did. So once again, they told me we were not approved yet.
Okay. Did they say what to do during this time you were waiting?
No, they didn't tell me anything. I was the one that kept on calling them.
And did they ever get the car back?
No.
You still have the car?
I still have it, yeah.
Do you have temp plates on it?
Yeah, but they're already expired.
Will they give you another temp tag?
I haven't asked them.
Okay.
They already gave me 2 of them.
All right. Now, people, this is an example of the worst thing you can do when buying a car. First of all, the car's probably not worth what you're paying, so we got a price problem. And then the product problem is you didn't get it checked out. And then the financing part is you have no idea what you have subjected yourself to. What part of town are you in, or what part of the metro area are you in?
I'm on Westminster.
You need... On a day when Deputy Daff is here, you need to come, and we cannot spend a lot of time with a meeting, but we need to get copies of your contracts and try to get something done. This is serious enough where we need to help you. The name of the dealer is I'm trying to find the name. See, we can't read it here. Can you read the name? She keeps telling...
It's EPO Motors. It's spelled E-T-H-I-O.
E-P-H-I-O.
Yes.
So,
EPO.
Echo, a Papa, Hotel, right? Is that what you're saying? The Echo, Papa, Hotel, India, Oscar, those letters.
Yes.
Ethio, E-T-H-I-O.
E-T-H, Ethio.
Ethio Motors on Havana. I'm looking at it.
Let's just call them. Let's just call them.
Yeah.
See if we can get anything out of them. Ethio Motors. Why is it that every day
there could be a completely different side to this?
I
actually find this one hard to believe. I wonder if they were financing it. Looking at it, it could be a buy here, pay here. Are you sure you weren't supposed to make the payments to them or anything?
Were you supposed to make...
I was supposed to make payments to the Bank of Denver because that was the bank that I was supposed
No,
to
you know, she sounds like she knows what she's talking about. She does.
I'll call right now.
Okay, good. We're going to call even though we have a piece of crap contract here that we can hardly read. Do you ever listen to this show and think, I can't believe it? Do you ever wonder, oh my God, how do things like this happen? How do people get themselves into these jams? Well, you should, because it's an amazing phenomenon that we have here. We talk to people every day that are ripped off. And it's not just sometimes a mistake. It's an out-and-out intentional rip-off. How can there be that many bad people out there wanting to rip people off? Whether they're a roofer or in the auto business or in any other business. It astounds me. Because even if you can get away with it, how the hell do you live with yourself? We've had people take the last 10 grand from an old lady. We've had people take young married couples and put them into so much debt they won't be out for the rest of their lives without a bankruptcy. And yet, you know, every day it happens. Every day. And then we have so-called smart people. Oh, yeah, so-called smart people, even college-educated, who believe they did the right thing. They went out and bought themselves a timeshare. My God, they do. Or they do. And then they try to justify it. You know, even those who say, well, I use it, I like it, I can prove to you that Expedia or other travel sites, Travelocity, are better. You will never get ahead with a timeshare. But these are just, I have a list as long as longer, way longer than my arm. So the question is, why do you think, and I'm serious now, this is the only show that discusses this stuff, you know, and it's really the most important stuff. It is. Why do you think people are so stupid? There's no other word. Now, I don't mean stupid in every area. We have people who call us doctors. They're not stupid. They get ripped off. Lawyers get ripped off. We get housewives, house husbands. We get conservative, liberals, gay, straight, black, white, Hispanic. There are stupid people all over. Why? In this area, when it comes to a consumer transaction, why do so many people get ripped royally? Do you have you listened? Have you put together any common elements? I have. Now, I didn't do a 75-year study like Harvard did. By the way, when I said thousands of people, that was counting wives and siblings. The actual participants in that study were only 260 some odd people. But over a 75-year period, and it continues, they've expanded it to children and stuff. And more on that study coming up. But think about this, though, really. What are the common traits of people who are ripped off? I know them. Now, that's not to say everyone with these traits will be ripped off. But it is to say every single person who has been ripped off has one or more of these traits.
Now, impact traffic.
So far wrong on what she had said.
What do you mean?
Well, like
Police and fire cruisers.
25,000 what she's financed.
Westbound side of I-76 and 74.
What did she say?
She said 30,000.
Once you get past the crash,
No, she said the total purchase. Well, I don't know what she said, actually. I'm so goddamn confused. Hold on, I have down, you're right, 10, 5, and 30.
Investigated that earlier rollover crash from today, so if you can't that stretch all
Actually, it's 10,000.
Does it translate to a better deal?
Delay westbound I-70 either side of
Well, first of all, she said she had it 5 months, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, her first payment was due on 8/5. So that doesn't, I don't even understand that.
70 with your impact traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner.
This, I believe what happened here, this is the second deal that she had signed with the co-signer. You know what I'm saying? It's a Jeep, it's worth whatever.
What is this Chinese contract?
Learn more at Indeed.com/hire.
I'm sorry. I thought I was calling the...
Budget A1 transmission and auto repair. is a place I recommend because of its incredible offers. You have to listen to this. If you have a transmission problem, they will diagnose it free of charge, including a complete removal and disassembly of the transmission, and it's under no obligation. If you decide not to have the work done, there's no charge. If they do the work, they don't back charge. If you take it somewhere else, no charge. Call for details, 303-781-9858, 781-9858. Look for Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair on the referral list at referrallist.com.
Messaging needs to be employer provided messages among T&C and privacy policy found at milehighraffle.com/privacy reply out for help.
How would you like to win your very own Tesla Model S sedan? Yes, your own Tesla, with a range of over 350 miles and unparalleled acceleration. There are no vehicles like it on the road today. Oh, and with over 150 additional prizes, including a Toyota Prius and Dream Vacations, your odds of winning are 1 in 100. That's right, 1 in 100. Just text ENTER to 797979 and get your exclusive promotion code and link. Once you give it to the Boys and Girls Club of Denver, you'll be automatically entered. Plus, you'll feel great knowing you're helping kids through Boys and Girls Club of Denver. But hurry, in addition to the grand prize Tesla, just enter by Friday, September 27, and you'll be automatically entered to win a Toyota Prius, too. This is your best chance to win. Remember, text ENTER to 797979. Do it now, because this offer ends this Friday. Remember, text ENTER to 797979 for your best chance to win. Just text ENTER to 797979.
Let's talk about Cracker Jack mudjacking. What the heck is mudjacking? It's where you take concrete and sand, they call it mud, and they pump it to lift concrete to repair it. Concrete can be repaired, and they can get into tight places. They can lift basement floors. They can repair cracks. Call Cracker Jack Mudjacking. Free estimates. Cracker Jack Mudjacking can take care of all of that. 60,000 jobs under their belts. 20 years in business. 303-410-7787. 410-7787. CrackerJackMudjacking.com. Any insulation is beneficial, but there's one kind of insulation that costs all. That's Rocky Mountain Retro Foam, not the foam you see in a can. I'm talking about premium injection foam designed to fill closed wall cavities in old or new homes. For retrofitting, it compresses existing insulation, filling every crack, nook, and cranny. No other existing insulation comes close. Most customers see utility savings of 30%, and you get added benefits like 80% soundproofing, freeze protection for pipes, and a Class 1 fire rating. Call now 720-676-6333. Environmentally friendly. No off-gassing. No matter when your home is built, you owe it to yourself to check out Rocky Mountain Retro Foam. Check out the incredible video demonstration at foamyourwalls.com and call 720-676-6333. Foamyourwalls.com. That video be a believer. Foamyourwalls.com.
That's how I saw it. They're calling me back in 10 minutes, the owner or manager.
What did you see, Mark?
We just finally zoomed in on the contract.
And what did you find?
Well, I would agree with you that this particular contract, it's at 8%. I would say this is an agreement, period, end of story, because the buyer is her and her mother or whoever. The seller/creditor is them. Etho Motors.
I can read the tiniest of print without glasses.
It actually says that. It says seller/creditor is the name of the business.
See, they did the mistake. Oh, they all do.
But what about
And it says nothing in here.
You'll never get cataracts. You'll never need glasses.
No, this is actually a credit. This is it. I mean, this is the loan. This is the loan. I don't know how you'd argue it's not the loan.
866-SCOT.
They're trying to.
It says this contract will be assigned to of Denver.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
No, I know.
And it doesn't even matter if it says subject to approval, because you can argue it is approved.
Actually, the funny part is it actually says creditor, and then it's Etho Motors.
They always do that.
But skills tests, that's see why independent
But
the thing's only worth 30 grand in KBB.
yeah, but it's a Jeep. They always get more for them. I mean, they always do.
Could you maybe finance it through Blinker?
For a vehicle
No, they won't. They don't overfund.
For sure.
Yeah, but she's already got that money down. She's only financing 30 grand.
Yeah, she's financing it for what it's worth.
25 grand.
But think about it. These places shop everywhere. I mean, they're not finding her credit.
Yeah, tough shit.
Well, let's see what
You have to explain to them.
They're calling back in 10 minutes.
You're right. Her credit's going to be it. Plus her loan to value.
Well, here I'll tell you where they might have her by the kahunas if she lied on the app. If they say, hey, she said she made $5,000 a month. She only makes $1.
You're troubleshooting. This one car thing looks like the dealer, bonehead, stupid dealers. They're all over the place. Listen, if you're tuning into this show and you're wondering what the hell I'm doing, calling people morons and boneheads and stupid, reality is shocking sometimes. And I'm going to tell you that right now, I don't know of not one dealer who is not stupid when it comes to financing, because they fill out the financing paperwork as if they are the lender. And nowhere does it say, we must be able to place this loan for this deal to take effect. Nowhere. Even if it says, like in this case, this contract will be assigned. So what? Or if it says subject to contract approval. So what? You can say it was approved by you.
The one thing I don't see on here because of the pictures she took is whether or not they actually signed it.
Here's the next thing, okay? The down payment is gravy. What she financed it for is the full value of the vehicle. She basically gave them $11,000. Yesenia did this totally in an ignorant state of bliss.
Go back to what I said, though. Any of these dealers, not just this particular one, you go in, you sign everything. Generally speaking, they don't sign anything. At some point when they sign it, is that when they agree to it? I mean, I'm just thinking out loud here.
In the past, when we have taken this to court...
But did the dealer sign it?
The dealer signed it, but it was a salesperson, and it said, and they tried to make the argument the salesperson wasn't an agent.
How about if there was no signature?
Now, if the dealer does all of this contract for finance and doesn't sign it, and they give you the car, you would have to discern in testimony if they filled it out. And if they filled it out and gave her the car, the question would be, why would you do it if it wasn't approved? That becomes a little more tricky if they don't sign it. Did the dealer in this case sign it or not? Because that does become tricky. But the whole point here, people...
Ask her, because the crappy things she said, I can't tell.
Yesenia, did anyone from the dealership sign that contract? Any part of it?
Yes. Yeah, they did.
Okay. How do I pronounce?
Actually, I have the dealer's bill of sale. They actually signed it too.
Good. What is your name? How do you pronounce it?
Yesenia.
Okay, Yesenia. Okay, thank you. So, what's going on? That's what I want to ask. Now, the common traits of people who are ripped off. Listen carefully. Every single victim ever. And I've been keeping track for like 46 years. First informally and then formally. Appearance is incongruent to the business they're conducting. Did you hear what I said? I don't mean good dressed, bad dressed, formal, or not. It's incongruent. They're too casual or too dressed up or sloppy or ungroomed or whatever. They are appearance weird. Okay? Just weird. They walk in with flip-flops and baggy shirts. They're just not dressed appropriately. That sends a signal or something, but every single one of them, I'm even talking about educated people, their appearance was not appropriate. With elderly people, sometimes it's a frickin' bathrobe. I mean, I'm telling you, appearance was a problem. Now, to be a victim, you don't necessarily have to have every one of these, but they all have had these. Some, all of them, some of them. The next one, they did not communicate effectively and get questions answered. I can ask you a question that I know you didn't ask. You don't know every detail of the situation. You did not use your mouth effectively. You did not state, I am not ready to buy, or this is too expensive. You'll notice people will say to me, Tom, I told him I thought this sounded too much, or I made it clear that I wasn't ready to buy. Oh, really? You made it clear? No, you did not. You did not say, I will not buy today, and follow it up with action. So, communication was off. The next thing, education and experience, meaning you've had no experience in this field, whether it be solar or buying cars, nor did you have education. You did not educate yourself. What should I be paying? What should I not be paying? What's appropriate? What experiences have people had? That's the next thing. And there's one more after that. One more. We'll go over that, plus all of your calls at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. If you want to learn, stick around. If you like being in stupid bliss, don't.
I pull into the driveway, get out of the car. I glide up the walk to the front.
I'm going to look into her.
So originally it was.
Ask her if she owns a house. Does she own a house? I'm going to pick up. Hold on. Here, hit her line for me. I'm just on my side.
She's already. I can't. Okay, now.
Hey, do you own a house? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
You're off the air, too.
Okay, so how about your job? How long you been at the same job? Oh, you're a student. How do you make the payments? How do you make the payments?
There were no payments.
Anytime I run in the morning, I'm
Oh, okay, so you have money in the bank.
Let's see.
Why don't you just pay it off then? You have enough money to pay it off?
What do you want to order?
You don't want to spend. You don't want to spend all the money.
I'm telling you, we're done right windows. Here's the problem.
And then does your mom have a job?
Tom,
Where does she work and how long?
I'm not zero cars.
No one does.
But I eat.
Okay, you guys live together? Do you live with your
I'm not a
mom?
bunch of shit.
Where do you guys live? Just like Aurora or Denver or Castle Rock?
The calories only
Where?
count when combined. If you
Oh,
get
of course.
all,
Okay.
no
And how long
carbs,
have you guys
and
lived in that
all
same
it's
place?
same as
3
that.
years? How long?
Her original contract.
7 years. Okay, and the vehicle, how many miles are on it?
She bought this back in April.
I still don't understand the problem. She got denied
60,000.
financing and they
In
want
what year is it?
Well, she
Or they
doesn't even
All right,
know.
hold on.
She hasn't made
Here,
any
Tom.
payments. No payments.
It's, I'm
On hold.
Well, I thought maybe I'm looking to place 30,000. It's the exact amount. It would have been fucking perfect, 10% interest, but it's too fucking risky.
She doesn't own a house?
No, she doesn't have anything. But here's something interesting she said.
She had 10 grand.
She's got cash in the bank that could pay it off right now. But she doesn't want to do that because she's afraid if she misses, she's in college. It's not worth the risk if she can't make her school bills because that's going to be her livelihood, which is actually pretty smart for a fucking
She doesn't
kid.
sound stupid to me.
Yeah. But it's just too.
Are you going to call this dealer?
She doesn't have.
Oh, he's calling you back.
They're going to call me back in 10 minutes.
So why wouldn't Blinker?
If not, we're going to light
Why
them up.
wouldn't Blinker? Oh, they're going to do because they're going to want some kind of a run.
She's not going to qualify.
Right.
Well, what really matters is they don't overlend.
No. But she'd be okay there because of her down payment.
Yeah.
It's worth what it's worth.
Do they do 100% loans?
They're pretty close, but she does have some money, so she could even pay it down. But I don't think she'll qualify simply because she has no job.
And her mom, her co-signer.
Her mom works in a hotel as a maid. I don't know what
Why
that
did she
means.
buy such an expensive car? Holy fuck.
She wanted a Jeep. You know, kids are retarded. I know someone
How
that
old is
bought
she?
their kid a Jeep.
How old is she?
Um,
This girl.
She sounds young. She's in college. Let's see what the dealer says. Maybe there's a way out of this. I don't know why they, I don't know their cash flow, but my God, it's 9.75%.
But they're not getting any payments. They haven't gotten a payment.
God, it sucks. If she had a job for any period of time, because you can put a lien on it. The problem is if it disappears.
That's exactly it.
You're in charge of hiring.
Or if she drops insurance on it.
Like company pays.
No, but that you can do. You can no. You can put insurance on it as a lender.
Oh, okay.
When the right resume appears.
I got fucked by that.
Okay.
In fact, what I would do is I would actually probably pay for the insurance.
But company pages.
And
see why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers
add it to the payments.
than any other.
And add it to the payments.
/promo to try company pages for free. Terms and
So when she went,
too fucking risky.
when she went back in June,
you know what, Dan? Even if I agree with this, man. Even if she had $5,000 or $6,000 in equity, it might even make sense. But how many miles did you put on it when you?
25,000. Oh, I'm sorry, 32,000.
She's got 60.
It appears right now that it was a single vehicle accident. No other vehicles were involved in the accident.
Why is a kid
Yeah,
buying
but adults overpay.
But
Everybody.
not even that. Why a kid in college would want a $40,000?
Oh, I agree with that. It's stupid.
Without a job.
I agree.
I mean,
every kid
So I think
wants that.
Of course.
It's why they actually do it.
But that to me is supposed to be $40,000.
Workers in Colorado. The tentative agreement still needs to be ratified by union members.
And then you got insurance on top of that.
Shot at the National Medal of Honor Museum. The transit.
And your
I bet
finances-
Jeeps actually have a little. Do those Jeep Wranglers have higher insurance than most? Just because they're kind of off-roadish? I don't know.
I bet you that's going to be. I mean, even with a good driving record.
I knew someone that bought their 16-year-old kid a Jeep.
Indeed.com.
There's a rollover crash still being worked on
And
the westbound side of
not
I-76.
quite overpaid as bad as
Couple
others.
lanes are blocked, solid backups to 88.
And
With the cleanup stages,
keeps
hopefully
it
they'll get
to
that cleared
be
out
used
of the
for
way
2
at
weeks a
some time
year.
in the near future. Watch out for construction.
Keeps
Parting
it.
up the
Keeps
drive,
it insured
westbound
and keeps
Boulder
it
Turnpike to baseline,
for 2
stop
weeks a
ramp
year.
partially blocked, so just
Is
watch
it
out
parked?
for anything there.
You know what you should do, honestly? Park it in the, park it like in a storage unit or somewhere where you could park it and only insure it.
Right.
Sunny today with a high of 82, tonight mostly clear, overnight a little 50. Tomorrow sunny,
But-
warmer, a high of 87.
So I kind of disagree. I think she is stupid.
70 with your impact traffic in
A kid going to
Yes,
school
but
should not buy a $40,000.
I agree 100% on that. But
And you know, see how many miles on it?
I'm not going to say stupid. I'm going to say she's impulsive.
Openings with screener questions. Then
For a little more of that 11,000, she could add a new car.
Fiscally stupid.
Not only that, she'd have a new car and her warranty and everything
There you
else.
go. There you go. Her insurance.
And
I'll bet-
she had cash. She wouldn't even have a payment.
Yes.
Inquiry launched.
God, she would have loved a little Elantra. Actually, you know what's really nice? I'd put up against that piece of shit Jeep any day.
Oh, absolutely.
The little Kona.
Maintenance wise,
That little fucking Kona.
look at she's gonna. Her maintenance is gonna be.
God, that Kona's a cute little fucking all-wheel drive.
The what?
It's a Hyundai Kona. It's like a miniature SUV.
How much is it?
You can get it fucking decked out at 20. Deck the fuck out.
It's an all-wheel drive.
Yeah. They're really good. They're cute, man. They're not super tiny like a Mini or anything. They're just a small, they're a crossover.
And I'll bet you that Jeep has big tires on it.
They need to get rid of that Tucson. There's no need for that Tucson in that lineup anymore. You go Kona, Santa Fe, and then what's that new big one? Suzanne loves it. The fucking Paradise or the Paradisius or something. Palazzo.
I see this Kona in Friday.
I bet you this Jeep has big tires on it. It's gonna be shit in the snow.
I don't think she'd have that.
I bet you it had. Whoever had it before it, I bet you took on nice tires.
Are you looking at the Kona? Isn't it beautiful?
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
I had 1970.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. You're trouble.
And we are taking calls from people frustrated, tired of being ripped off, cheated, lied to, or someone who just wants to get something off your chest. You can do it at any time by simply calling 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let me give you a clue. You can't define the problems we solve or handle. But it's when you don't know where to call. You don't know what to do. You don't have the money to hire an attorney. You just need help. And we're going to help. We have one problem pending right now. We have hundreds that we've solved over the last, since the beginning of the year. and we recover millions in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. So it is an unusual show, and you're going to learn something along the way. And sometimes I get pissed off, and I get pissed off because it's just like I just can't stand people being ripped off. A lot of times with these used car things, the money you put down pays for the car. If you make any payments at all, it's gravy, or the other way around. You finance exactly what the car's worth and then put down money, and the money you put down is just extra profit. Our number, if you want to be part of this, is 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I want to know, even if you don't have a pending problem we can solve, have you been the victim of something that never just sat right with you ever?
I was.
What was it?
I got hit by a guy, Gary Pappas, almost $250,000, man, years ago.
And you just...
Bad deal.
I know.
Bad everywhere.
You hired the guy, you believed in him.
He ran 5 of my Goodyear stores. He actually opened up another shop basically on the corporate dime that we didn't know about. I mean, that's the part that was amazing.
So really, these lines are open. You know, a lot of times I talk about stuff, people say, well, your show's not about that. Well, the hell with it. It's about anything we want to talk about. Now, what I don't do, and I promise I don't do, I don't take political stands. I don't support candidates or down candidates. I don't care about it as far as this show goes. And about religion and hot issues, it's not a tricky show where we say, you know, you have the right to this and the right to that. We want to help everyone, but you can express yourself about anything. Mike, what's going on with you?
Yeah, you said call in if you're frustrated about something.
About anything.
Yeah, I'm frustrated about the Democrats trying to impeach this president.
All right.
Is there nothing they won't do?
Well, you know,
it is never ending, man.
You know, Mike, listen, and again, I thought once the election was over, people would have at least a breath to let him do something or not do something. If you ask now, listen, I'm as much against some of the conservative stuff as I am the liberal stuff, but I swear to God, this guy has never, ever been given a chance to just do anything without everyone on him. You know, and it was with Obama, it was a love affair. It's so different. If people can't see the media bias, they are blind. Yet, okay.
They're not honest. They're not honest.
You know what, though? But there is media bias. Hold on. There's media bias on the other side. Listen, when I hear a problem, I think, that's from Fox. I wonder how CNN thinks. Or if I hear it from CNN, I think, I wonder what Fox is thinking. Isn't it terrible that with so-called news, we have to worry about where it's coming from? Really, you know, and I even love CBN. I love the Christian broadcast news. But I think to myself, okay, I wonder really what the background of that is. Not that they're lying, but people report and they can slant things the way they want. And I like listening to a variety of news. You know, people hate Trump on the left. They hate him. I mean, this is more than like with Bush and Reagan and just pick a president. It's way more than
I almost think, though, if it was one of those presidents, now it might be a lot worse than when it was.
Okay.
I think social media plays into that big time.
Do you think Reagan, for example, would have been as hated?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
He's too good. He had so much humor to him.
I think one of the problems, Mark, I've said this before.
I think Bush would have been.
I've said this before. Well, the thing about Bush was a liar. I mean, you know, it's
What do you mean a liar?
Oh, come on, Mark.
About what?
He absolutely lied.
Second Bush.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
About what? I'm asking.
Weapons
seriously.
of mass destruction, for one.
You don't think he was simply misled by other people? You really think he,
Mark,
lied? I mean, really, you
Mark,
do? I don't know.
They actually ordered investigations on the UN Security Council in order to pressure the delegates to vote for a war against Iraq. Now, Iraq was an enemy. I'm not saying Saddam was good.
Yeah, of course.
But they manufactured that war. They manufactured it. Everyone agrees. Now, not only that, but people wonder why. And did you know that not a week before, what did he say he was going to do? He was going to establish his own oil, was it called Bourse or his own oil market, and he was going to move out of U.S. dollars into the euro. Research it. Research what Saddam did just prior.
That wasn't my question, though. I never knew if it was all the people surrounding the administration, like Cheney, for instance. My God, everybody jokes that he was really the president.
And really, I don't know.
I'm saying, do you really think Bush lied?
I don't know. I mean, I don't either. I'm saying the administration. Let's just say that. But here's what I think is wrong, and this has, again, nothing to do with politics. Trump has the personality people hate. I like a lot of the things he does, yet I don't like the way he puts it. I mean, he almost gets off on being confrontational and what is toxic.
He's not a politician, though. I don't hold him responsible.
But he is smarter than that. He's a negotiator. You know what? I don't know why he doesn't let up on the poisonous tweets and all that. Why doesn't he?
I don't know. The guys on the other side pick on him 24/7.
I mean, look how...
They never give him a break. How the hell would you handle it?
Look how personable Obama was.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
I mean, Gore. Look how personable Gore was.
Boring. Who wants a boring president?
Anyway, 303-713-TALK. Jimmy Carter was boring, but a good man.
Yeah, not a very good president.
First of all, the country's not going to live or die by a president anyway. It takes more than that. And if you're tuning in saying, wait, I thought this was a consumer show, listen, you have to know by now. We talk about what people feel and what people care about. Right now, you can't ignore the impeachment. You can't ignore it. For the simple fact, look what it does to the stock market. Look what it does to the economy.
Actually, it helped the stock market today because after they heard the transcript, everything went up because they knew there was an impeachment.
Another topic we took on here was the Denver nuisance abatement law. You know, it's a law I'm fighting because of how it's being applied. And it's being applied in a very unfair fashion against minorities, and it's because of what they're doing to confiscate people's property. This is an ongoing battle. Somebody just called and hung up right away because they wanted to know an update. We are still fighting it. Now, by the way, we need to get a hold of Marco. He's not returning my emails, but I know he's on top of it, and he entered in his appearance. Again, Mike, what do you have to say? Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe maybe it's because Trump's from Queens and you're from where? Brooklyn?
Well, I'm from upstate New York. My family's from Brooklyn, yeah. But okay. I mean, I really did not grow up there, although I have ties. I don't think he has a great personality. Do you, Mike? Mike?
Well, Scott Baio, who's also from Queens, was asked why he acts like the way he does, and he says, because that's the way people from Queens do.
You know, by the way, he's not so far off. I mean, Trump does have that New York attitude. He does. He does. But come on, face it. When you're going to be president of the United States, you can find better things to do than to challenge people, you know. I mean, personally, and call people names. I don't think people like it. Mike, what's going on with you, Mike?
Hey, I just wanted to point out that, you know, when Mark was talking about Bush and Bush lied, people died, multiple independent intelligence agencies at the time said it's likely that Hussein had WMDs or yellow cake. This wasn't just us.
Well, Britain did it, but Britain, if you
Britain, France, Germany,
but
China.
I think they were pressured by the U.S. I mean, for some reason, we had a hard-on for Iraq and Saddam.
And they were acting up again. They did the same thing 10 years before.
It had to do with oil. That's what it had to do with. First of all, to say that he had ties to Al-Qaeda, he had no religious thoughts at all. This man was a heathen. To say that he was aligned with radical Islam is so ridiculous. I mean, it just was. Mark, you know that war didn't have a meaning. Look at all the senseless deaths for that war.
The biggest thing Bush said that pissed me off over the whole thing is the fact that we were going to get the oil. I mean, that was it. To me, it made sense because we had all this oil that would pay for the war. That was a lie. And I don't think they had any intention of doing that.
The point is that all politicians lie.
Except Trump.
And people believe, people want.
He doesn't even exaggerate.
People will believe what they want to believe. But you could take Trump and his certain actions, and I'm not talking about his tweets, and if he was a Democrat, they would justify it. And if you took a Republican, look at Republicans do the same thing. No matter what Obama did, they found fault. No matter what he did. The same thing with Trump. Now, the difference with Trump is, I think the common person on the street, I think, is offended by him. But, and again, we're not talking about policy. But I will say one thing that I don't understand.
But even if you're offended by him, it doesn't mean you're not going to vote for him. You generally vote for a president.
Here's something.
Especially after 4 years, depending on what they did.
Here's something I don't understand. I want one woman, since it was a 1,000,000-woman march. I should be able to find one. I want one woman to explain to me. Do you remember that, what I said to you?
The pink hats.
Do you remember the March on Washington from women, right?
Yeah, they were going to take away everything.
Listen, I think women, men, blacks, everyone has a right to march. But, no, really quickly, I have one question. Honest to God, I have a serious question. I want to know what changed from that one day to the next when President Trump was elected. It was before he did anything. Why did they say, they interviewed young women who said, I'm here because all of our rights are being taken away. Not one piece of legislation, not one executive order, not one utterance from a lawmaker. And they were declaring that on that day, all of their rights were being taken away. And they had this 1,000,000-woman march. I would just like to know, I swear to you, I am not preaching, I am asking. Tell me, please teach me, what did Trump do to take away a woman's right? Tell me, and I'll get on the bandwagon.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
I just don't get this. Megan Fox talks about...
You're exactly right. It's just that they were so...
Well, first of all, there was an executive order the second day where women can't vote anymore. So you guys are forgetting that.
It's short, right?
And no abortions unless the man agrees.
Okay, I got it. Avenue Dental Studios in the DTC at Monument. Yeah, that's two very varied locations. And Dr. Kelly and Dr. Jerem are husband and wife. Now, Suzanne introduced us to Dr. Kelly. She went and had some light cosmetic work done, and her smile is beautiful. Dr. Kelly and Dr. Jerem do cosmetic work. They do full cleaning and x-rays and general dentistry plus whitening, and they do implants. Here's the bottom line. If you want anything done, they have an introductory special for new patients, $59 for exams, x-rays, cleaning, and if your insurance covers it anyway, then they'll give you free whitening. So you always get something of value. 720-240-4740, 720-240-4740, AvenueDentalStudio.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well...
So I did look up an article that was debunking the dumping the dollar conspiracy. Back, I know you've seen that. So anyway. But
I can't think of any. By the way, what do they say about it? It's not true?
Well, this is 9. They said it wouldn't have affected anything anyway.
It was.
Right. It wouldn't have affected
Didn't he say, though? But he did say he wanted to change the market, right? They
was talking about...
establishing his own bourse?
I didn't realize this...
I don't know what the bourse is, but I heard that.
But my thing on Bush is that they never had an exit strategy for Iraq. And I agree with 100% with you that there's people died and we lost all that treasure for nothing. And Iraq was keeping Iran in check. Those two were arch enemies, and that's the thing. But here's what gets me on Obama, too, and the EU. They didn't have anything with Libya. They destabilized Libya.
Is this what I have to look forward to?
Donna, this is Tom. We're off the air. I'm going to take you as soon as we get back. I just didn't want you to hang up because I truly want to hear this, okay?
Someone you should talk to.
Okay, free of charge. Complimentary.
If he takes the case, I want to know like trouble. And it's a small percentage of what...
I'm sure he has these tweets. Oh, that when he said he bought grabbing their pussy.
597-4500.
Remember, but that was... 20 years prior to
I
that.
totally think that was off base and crude.
Of course it was.
By the way, Billy Bush is back on TV.
He's back on TV?
Billy Bush. You know Billy, that kid that was with him interviewing him? If you notice, he just awkwardly laughed. He did not add. Do you remember that?
Who awkwardly laughed? I didn't never listen to it.
This host of Entertainment Tonight, was it? Or something?
And they're on a bus.
He never encouraged. I didn't hear him encourage it. He didn't say, yeah, I know what you mean. Or, but that was crude. It was. But how many men? Tell me any of these Democrats who can't say they made off-color jokes. I mean, come on. Tell me one of them.
Well, you know what got me is when they said it's locker room talk. You've been in locker rooms, right? You played high school. Anyway, they're the most crude people ever. And all these athletes said, we never talk like that in the locker room. Bullshit. I will guarantee you.
I think there's a lot less of it now. I think that. For sure.
Probably now, but I wonder. Hell, when I was in the service, it was terrible how people talk about women.
Do I have another break? Do I have another spot in this break? And we don't have a lot of time right now, do we?
25 years. Colorado has
We're coming right back
this November to act to protect our water resources.
But the way the media played that up so much, I think, is really a lot of the women. How much of that's
to fund the Colorado water plant. Investing in water infrastructure is critical. And
man, everyone does. Everyone has a fucking story like that.
You're right. You're exactly right. Or almost, I guess.
So what do you think?
I would say that's what Don's going to say about that, where they blew it up about grabbing her pussy, which is like saying. But you're also right. That is, what do you call that? Past injustices, or what would you call
retro judgment?
Retro judgment.
It's really an unfair thing. I mean, unless it's an so egregious.
Right.
But talking like that.
I want you to investigate everything there is.
You know what he asked was totally appropriate. What Trump asked about in that phone call.
I think so. I think so. Because there was a lot of. And
you're going to find that Biden did probably say, "Help my son out."
It's not just there. He also got a bunch from China. When
and Trump asked Ukraine to look into the Russian meddling. That was totally appropriate.
Oh, you read the whole transcript?
Yeah, I read most of it. Okay. But it was from CBN. CBN, you have to be suspect of the Christian Broadcast Network. I found, not that they're inaccurate, they don't lie, but they leave stuff out.
Oh, I think, well, actually NPR does too.
Colorado can help you protect
NPR, they say, was very non-biased, but they leave. Or he just said CBN is more conservative?
And they leave stuff out. I read the transcript, and they're always pro-Trump. I mean, they're like, they find excuses for everything.
But NPR is just the opposite of that.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 713 Talk, if you have a problem, question, or complaint. I'm going to continue on that Harvard study as well on happiness, basically, over 75-year study involving thousands of people, but they started out with a core of 263 and then extended to families. But Donna has a comment. I simply asked, listen, I know shortly after the election, before Trump even did anything, as far as legislatively or executive orders, women were outraged. We are losing our rights. We are invisible. We're this, we're that. And they marched on Washington. Now, if that was true, it was true before Trump was elected because he didn't have enough time to change anything. Now, I can understand people not liking his personality, but I personally have never heard anything. I don't understand why women particularly feel he is attacking them or taking away their rights. And I said, look, if there are millions of women out there marching on Washington, I ought to find one to explain this to me. And I mean that, by the way. I'm not going to challenge it or debate it because I'm not making the statement. I am not making the statement that Trump is neutral, gender neutral, or loves women, or is for women's rights. I'm also not saying he's anti-women. I have not explored it enough. 303-713-TALK. So, Donna, you said you'd like to explain to me.
I'd like to explain two things about Mr. Trump. One thing, he came on television while he was running for office. They had a tape on him with Billy Bush.
Yep, disgusting.
And he said it's okay to grab women.
Yeah. I know. Now, listen. Here's the deal. I think it was disgusting. Yes, it was. Now, here's the bottom line. I don't think that is fair to say he's the only one that does that. Do you believe...
It's locker room talk.
Do you believe... And I don't think it's appropriate, by the way. So I understand that. Do you think...
Go into any barracks in the Navy, the Marines, anywhere.
I want you to finish.
He got the religious right vote, and he was on the slopes here in Colorado with his mistress and his wife, and he had an intact family.
Okay.
And that is just wrong and unethical.
Okay, Donna, may I ask some questions? On the issue of his, you don't have to go far to convince me he probably wasn't a great husband and did not respect women as far as grabbing them and that stuff that he said. I believe that President Clinton was worse or the same. Why don't you? Okay, good. So you would feel the same.
That guy is a sex addict.
Okay.
And addicts need help.
Okay. Now, on the topic of losing rights, I asked someone, and I understand, and thank you for telling me why you don't like him as a woman. That all makes sense to me. But now, what about we're losing our rights? What rights has President Trump taken away? I'm curious.
I don't know of any rights he's taken away, but women want to be able to have abortions, and they feel that the religious right does not want them
I'm
to go
asking
on.
about the March on Washington and President Trump. I'm not getting into the abortion issue.
I believe it was reactionary. Women are tired. Myself.
Tired of what?
We're tired of men coming up and grabbing us by our breast and our vagina.
I don't think that happens often. Come on, Donna.
I've had two men do it to me.
Well, you should have them arrested. I mean, truly, do you believe it's that rampant?
Guess what? We went to court over it, and he was fired from his $250,000 job. Yes.
Good.
We went to court over it, sir.
Good, Donna. I'm with you.
Tired of men
she's
doing
angry.
this to us.
Listen. If she was harassed, I can see why she's angry. Okay, but Donna, I truly think that the idea of men being lecherous is overplayed, and I'm personally offended as a man that it's overplayed because I don't think most of us men are dirty, rotten scoundrels. I don't.
Because you're not an attractive woman. You don't know what we go through.
Okay.
I want to see a picture.
Anyway, no, it doesn't matter. Donna, listen. If you were treated that way by men, I can see why you are hostile, but I do not believe it's rampant.
Dude, she's angry.
I don't think it's rampant. I think that, and by the way, in the workplace, what I hear is that the way women treat women is just as bad as the way men treat women. Griffin has a comment. Go ahead, Griffin.
Hey, Tom.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
I just want to say, I think Trump is the best free entertainment on TV. That's all. Love him or hate him, he's entertaining.
He is entertaining.
I agree.
He is.
All right, thanks, guys. See ya.
But here's, I again want, and Donna made some sense. If you have a man in office who made those comments, joked about women, and is cheating on his wife, it says something.
Well, then almost every Democrat as well should be tossed out. How about Kennedy? No. Wasn't he whatever with Marilyn Monroe?
Mark, I asked her why women wouldn't like him. She gave me her answer, and I understand it.
She hates all men.
But I'm saying that,
I bet she's not
that
married.
Bill Clinton is the same, and I think there are a lot of dirty, rotten scoundrels who are independent, and there are a lot of dirty, rotten scoundrels who are Democrat and Republican and liberal and conservative. Look at Jeffrey Epstein, the friend of liberals, one of the most liberal people.
Where was the Million Woman March when all those folks took office?
Well, Epstein was not in office. Epstein is just a powerful man. And Weinstein was a movie producer. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I don't mind the same filters being applied to everyone. That would be fine.
Now, what break do I have? Oh, I got it. When is the
She's a man hater.
My two girls are very attractive.
No.
And I've asked them that. They said they've never had.
run downstairs. Indeed.com.
Let's start off with.
I know, she makes it sound like every guy's running around.
Well, she
grabbing
says
tits.
you have to be attractive before that happens, which
I want to see a picture of her. Seriously.
Improvement's not happening.
I already did Frank on my own. Is this one he bought? Is this his regular?
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
It's his
Huh?
call-in.
It's his Wednesday call.
Wednesday call-in.
I got to remember that.
But she did right by taking him to court and get him fired.
Plugging up that drive, you can't get off on the
That's what he did. But saying that,
Hey, he's going to change the whole laws against women not getting their breasts touched.
She's a man hater.
6:30 K-House.
She was seething just talking about it. Did you feel it? I can feel it.
I'm just wondering where she was when that happened. I mean, there are
questions.
I know
Sort, review, and communicate with Cat and Dashboard. Learn more at
as long as they have 30 years,
MD.com.
they didn't put up with any of that.
I'm Tom Martino for Rocky Mountain Retro Foam, and I am so sold on this high-tech foam. Now, this is not, the foam you see in the can at hardware stores. This thing is unbelievable. It's done by professionals, Rocky Mountain Retro Foam. Now, here's what you need to know. It's better than any insulation out there. Even if you think you're insulated, you're still paying too high of energy bills. Rocky Mountain Retro Foam fills wall cavities, maintains its R value in all temperatures, doesn't break down over time. Installation is typically done from the exterior of your home, hassle-free, and can be completed in most every case in one day. Now listen, your existing insulation is not a problem because it will compact it and fill the spaces around it. It's environmentally friendly, no off-gassing, and your home will become up to 80% more quiet in addition to reducing energy bills up to 50%. This is unbelievable. So whether you're building new or you're doing a home improvement or you want to do a retroactive insulation, you'll never do better, never than Rocky Mountain Retro Foam. 720-676-6333. 720-676-6333. Now watch this video at foamyourwalls.com.
Individual wage coverage offer needed savings may vary. Subject to change conditions.
If you run a small business, every penny counts. So saving up to 30%
done
on workers' comp
things in
insurance is a
Retro
big
Foam?
deal.
Remember
That's
we
why
had that
Phoenix
one
Workers'
insulator
Comp rate check
lady and
from
stuff
Pine
that was
Insurance
Oh, yeah.
is now available for
I like
small
her.
business
I know,
owners
so
in
do
your
I.
area.
So
Workers'
have
comp
they done a
insurance rates
comparison
vary.
between the two?
Yours may have
I think
changed
that'd
since
be
you got
good.
your
She
truck.
might do a phone.
That's why
I don't know. She does cellulose and packs it
online
down.
quote
Okay.
right from your computer
But
or
hers is
smartphone.
cell.
But she also does like attics and other stuff that he does not. He doesn't do ceilings, he doesn't do
Correct.
interior
Correct.
walls.
Correct. She can do it with anything. But she packs it in there. They got a system that kind of blows it
Yeah,
in.
the R value. I wonder what would be better.
And it's a packed R value. It's not the regular. And so that's, I would just like to see the
And then price-wise, too.
Find out if your small business is overpaying for workers' comp insurance.
You took the words
Check
right
your
out of my
rate
mouth.
today and see how much you can save at
Just like Donna.
pieinsurance.com.
God, she was angry, wasn't she?
I guess
Some people come off that just so, and people don't think that was locker room talk. I remember in military school, man, some of the cadences we would say were fucking, you'd never sing them now.
And I said that when I was in the Marine Corps, all women were either hogs or bitches. That's all you ever called them. And you're like, all
But they're
the
creating warriors. I mean, that's just the whole. It's like you got to rethink the entire way of
But what got me though
methodology training.
is after they said that, well, that was locker room talk for that, and all those athletes came out and says, we never talk like that.
Oh, bullshit. My God, most of them have been up on charges at some
Exactly.
point.
For them to say that though, there's not a locker room I've ever been in. Stuff didn't get.
No, even high school.
Exactly. Right. Yep. Not saying it's right.
No, but it's just a fucking fact of life. I
The
mean,
market really did come back.
no, as soon as I read that report, the markets skyrocketed. It was, I think, even a little negative at one point. What's it up, like 170?
Well, it was negative.
Yeah.
167.
He did nothing illegal, but once again, doesn't matter. Honestly, I say this all the time. When people going to that very private place called the voting booth, they have to make real fucking decisions. God help them if they have a 401k and they decide a Democrat and they're getting ready to retire because they are fucked. I will be fucking all cash before the election. Most people don't manage your own money and they're going to be fucked.
Especially how many.
I have this problem all the time with flexible. I don't know who's going to handle it.
I saw that.
First of all,
I think it's Susan.
It does no. Here's what it is. He wants only a certain script done for his ads, for recorded, but he also wants them for live. I'm not going to do it.
I didn't read it that way.
Yeah, read the string. Those he does not want.
Market volatility derail your retirement.
Yeah, okay. I like your answer. Simple as that.
Call 720-488-8604.
It doesn't come off naturally.
Oh, basically, he heard you're live.
Yourretirement.com.
Are you a startup or an
I understand.
looking to grow?
Her explanation is
Call our leader in online and traditional marketing. Call them for a free
I'm looking forward to playing in that other court today, man.
That's 866
I think I beat you in that other court too, more importantly. It's because it's newer. I like the glass. I really hate those other walls.
They're so
You're up. Go.
Such a true balance.
Tom Martino here, 303
713-8255. I want to talk about Genesis Total Exteriors because home improvements are important and so many people are making down payments and never seeing the guy again. That won't happen with Genesis Total Exteriors.com. It's that easy. Please don't get ripped off with home improvements. Now, we got something else going on, and that is we need to tell you about this study because I think it has a lot to do even with consumer problems. Our number is 303-713-TALK. By the way, you can get right through, and I always let you know when lines are open at 713-8255. Now, it's for those who think we strayed. We don't stray. We talk about life, and here's the thing. We were talking as a personality, Trump, and we were also talking about why women don't like him or why we had a million women march. Why did women think they were losing their rights? They specifically were interviewed on the Capitol grounds, and they were saying, we're here because we don't want to be invisible, and every day our rights are being trampled. And they said, this president is taking away our rights. And I just said this one time. I turned to my wife and I said, what happened? What legislation? What executive order? What happened? I didn't hear anything specific. That's all I asked. And I'm asking women, and I will respect and listen to them. This one woman brought up all of the trash talk he did on that bus with Billy Bush. I agree, it's terrible. It's terrible. Just like trash talk all politicians have done. It's terrible. What is he doing as a president? I mean, I don't know. Has he done something specifically against women? Has he voted down something or, vetoed something or proposed legislation that would be anti-women? I would like to know. I would like to know anything. I can see why you don't like his personality and why you think he's misogynistic or whatever, a masculine pig, whatever you want to call it. Now, I want to tell you about this happiness study, too, because I believe it's overly simplified and wonderful. But it was a 75-year study, and it's still going on. Laura, you have a serious problem. What is it, Laura? What can we do to help you?
Hi, yes. So right now we're in a process where a contractor we hired to do fire and asbestos mitigation on our property did not complete the majority of the work, and he is now coming at us, suing us for $100,000.
What? $100,000? Well, first of all, explain the beginning. When did you become aware you needed the work done?
So on June 3rd, 2018, a fire started in our neighbor's townhouse and spread to our unit.
Okay.
At that point, we were told by our insurance company that we needed to hire a fire mitigation company, and that's where we found this contractor.
And what's the name of the contractor?
So at this point, I'm actually a little scared to say his name. He's already threatened to sue me
Okay,
for
Laura.
slander.
Okay, Laura, listen. First of all, in the restoration business, it's no secret there are a lot of bad players out there. How did you get this contractor's name when you had a fire next door?
Off of Home Advisor.
How does that surprise me? Did you
yes.
Did you contact Home Advisor?
We have not.
Okay. I swear to God, most of our problems with contractors start at Home Advisor or Angie's List. Isn't that wonderful? And
yes.
Okay, so just for people listening, we do have referralist.com where this wouldn't have happened, but the restoration company, what did they do wrong? Okay, they come on site, what did they do? And how did money exchange? Did they take money down?
Yes, so they did these asbestos mitigation.
Yeah, but wait. Why asbestos? If the next door neighbor had a fire, where did asbestos come from in your place?
So the firefighters breached the wall. They knocked a hole in our upper bathroom wall.
And once it's disturbed, it has to be contained.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. So you asked them to do asbestos. You asked them to do asbestos mitigation.
Correct.
And what else?
And so they tested. They told us it was a major asbestos spill.
Okay.
We recently received the document for the initial test for asbestos. And that test states that it was a very minor spill located only in that bathroom.
Well, listen, I don't understand this. It sounds to me like I'd like to know the name of the company. And since you're not giving your name, I mean, if you think they'll sue you, listen, Laura, you're being sued already. I mean, you're being sued already. This doesn't sound good to me. So they said it was a major leak or a major contamination. You have records that show it wasn't major. Then what happened? Where did this lawsuit come from? Did you pay them? Did your insurance pay them? Are they claiming non-payment? What's going on?
Yes, so he's been paid 40% of his bill.
40%. How much was the bill?
So the total bill was about $92,551.
And out of $92,500, how much were they paid?
He's been paid $40,000.
$40,000?
Correct.
Okay. Now, are they suing? Why are they suing you? And who paid this $40,000? Your insurance?
Our escrow account from our mortgage holder.
But who put the money in there?
Our insurance company put the money into the escrow account.
Right. So now, is there more money? Is there more money in the escrow account?
There is.
How much more for this?
About $72,000.
Why will you not allow them to pay the contractor?
Because he never completed the majority. I'd say about 80 to 90% of what his paperwork states he's going to do.
Okay, so you don't feel it's just for him to be paid. Does that mean you're going to send the rest of the money back?
That money is sitting in the escrow account until a time when we're able to access it to restore the home.
Okay, but what I mean is this. Here's what I mean. If that contractor, let's say for grins, he walked away and you don't pay the rest of the money, what will you do with the $72,000 in the escrow?
We would like to rebuild our home.
Okay. And it needs to be gutted, basically?
Correct.
Who says that? Does your insurance agree with that?
The insurance agreed with this contractor's statement that it needs to be gutted.
Okay.
So we're going off of that.
Okay. So you don't want this contractor to do it. You want to fire and move on, right?
We've asked him to fix the problem, and he hasn't. And so at this point, we would like to move on to a different contractor.
What was your question for us? You've made it very clear now. $92,000 bill, a lot of the work not done. They were paid $40,000. You think they were well paid for what they did. You want to move on to another contractor for the balance. What is your question to us?
I have reached out to every resource I know how,
what does that
no
mean?
one is able to help me.
Give me. Oh, I don't know what that means. You've reached out to every resource to help do what?
To help us break this lawsuit so that we're able
first of all,
to put our home back together.
You mean to break the contract. When did the lawsuit come up?
That came up about a week ago.
Why did they what are they suing you for? Are they suing you for specific performance on contract? What are they suing you for? Damages? What exactly are they asking? What are they suing you for? What's the reason?
They're suing us stating that they did not get paid for work that they completed.
Good. That's very clear cut. Okay, hold on. We got more.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by
Indeed.com.
Ideal Home Loans Loan. It's on the ramp from westbound
You know,
on the eastbound
since we're not syndicated or anything here, can I just go for my deal to Frank rather than doing it in content? Can I just go for my deal home loans and then say, and now speaking of real estate, blah, 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 and go to Frank? It would smooth, it would be really smooth.
Good news there. And the debris has been cleared off the highway southbound 225 down 6th Avenue. Improved speeds on that stretch as well. Weather forecast going to be sunny today with a high of 82. Tonight, mostly clear overnight, low 50. Right now,
I've been doing really good. You got here on fantasy?
Impact Traffic and Weather. I'm Dick Wagner on 630.
I don't believe in that fake stuff. Indeed, used by over 3 million businesses for hiring, where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard.
I don't see
Learn more at
Thursdays.
Indeed.com/hiring.
You don't realize how much Antonio Brown is missing out.
I want to tell you about Ideal Home Loans because right now, you don't know what rates are going to do, and especially going into an election year. And what I love about Ideal is that they have the interest rate guarantee. No matter what rates do, you don't have to worry. They go down, they'll refinance you free of all lender fees. And that's great, right? That's free, basically. IdealHomeLoans.com. They also do credit optimization to give you the best pricing. That means they tweak your credit, and it's legal, and it's quick. Even if you're approved, I mean. And then they have, of course, the custom term loan to get the lower rate, but you don't have to go back to 30 years. 303-867-7000, 867-7000. Now, all of this applies to whether you are refinancing or buying new. And when you buy new, there's no one better to use than Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. Now, Frank, why do you feel a team concept is important, really? I mean, come on. We advertise Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, but what effect does a team have? What do they do? Yeah. Okay, so the bottom line is that you have a team. They no matter what, you look at every single deal, but you don't have to worry about missing deadlines or going through contracts or making sure inspections are done on time and all of that. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, and his team, 303-920-1622. Am I back? Am I back, basically?
I can't find this.
You know, really, the only two issues on the vote that I've seen is Tabor and sports gambling. That's the only thing coming up.
What are they? What is this sports gambling?
If Colorado will allow sports gambling.
Oh, so it has nothing to do with how or anything yet?
Well, how it is, it's going to have to be the amount of town casinos have to apply.
What's going on?
Is there a $100 limit?
I don't know. That's
It'd be worthless. It'd be fucking worthless.
You're right. For the sports gambling, for the election coming up, the only two things I've seen is Tabor and sports gambling. Democrats want to get rid of Tabor.
Oh, because they want to be able to tax the shit out of it.
They want to take all the money. They don't want to give anything back.
They're going to ruin Colorado.
Yep.
If you need to spruce up your kitchen, Art of Granite, they do natural stone and other solid surface countertops.
Yeah, see if it says anything about it.
Granite, quartz.
Do you remember when we first started gambling? It was a $5 limit.
Showroom. They also do cabinets. What I love about Mitch is how he does business. It starts out with a phone call. Then you can visit his beautiful showroom.
So you're saying the limit should be what?
Just on the phone. He'll tell you how to take some photos, take
Casino
some
limit.
measurements. He'll get you a preliminary price, so you're not wasting
No.
your time.
Whatever the casino wants.
Oh,
budget, or they can adjust it to get into your budget. After that, you visit the showroom, pick out what you want, and he'll get you a specific price that will not change. Serving Denver Metro and the entire mountain
I bet you that gets passed by at least
it's a 1 to 4 week turnaround. Whatever you do in the kitchen, they do in the bathroom free. They tear out and haul away your old kitchen and your old bath free. AutoGranite.net. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919.
Ross had the guy on today.
If you're running out of room in your home, like maybe you're a hoarder or you got some new kids, those things are kind of the same, really, right? I've got some great news for you. Mortgage rates are incredibly low, making it easy and affordable to upsize your space. Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky for
hey, what's going on?
Now is the time to move into your forever home. And the
Hold on.
salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing.
I can barely hear you, Madison.
They've been around for 20 years, born in Colorado, and continuously growing with our real estate market, so they know what it takes to get you into a home for
Well,
life.
I talked to them Thursday. They approved it Thursday, but that's fine, so keep going.
It was founded right here in Denver and remains Colorado's home for home loans because they know this market better than anybody. So make the call today. There are never any upfront fees, and it only takes 10 minutes to start. 303-695-7000, 303-695-7000, or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate. The U.S. is in debt, and the IRS is getting more aggressive, using private agencies to track you down, seize your assets, and even start the process of taking away your passport. Dealing directly with the IRS can be a daunting experience. Oxford Tax Partners has the experience and the reputation at substantially lowering your IRS debt, or even having it forgiven. Don't wait. If you owe more than $10,000, take advantage of the Fresh Start Initiative. If you qualify, it will stop the IRS collection agencies from coming after you. Let the experts at Oxford Tax Partners get you protected once and for all. Call Oxford Tax now at 800-575-1919. That's 800-575-1919.
Do you guys want to go in on 41 pounds of Wagyu meat for $2,000 from Costco?
I won't go through that much. Nobody eats it.
Like, I know, it's just like if we can find enough people to go through it. Don't say no, Daniel.
41 pounds?
Mark's not going to buy the whole 41 pounds.
How much?
41 pounds.
What is that, $50 a pound?
8 20-ounce ribeyes, 8 20-ounce New York strips, 2 hanger steaks. What are hanger steaks? Anyway, it's a whole dill.
Impeachment inquiry impact our country.
I don't have a palate that I could really.
Denver's talk station.
41 pounds of 100% full blood Wagyu beef.
I really don't. I don't have a palate that I could discern.
I'm Tom Martino.
13 Talk. 713-8255. We have lines open. You can get right through. And we have another hour to go. The Troubleshooter till 2 o'clock. Now, Laura has a serious problem. We've helped with problems like this before. It all comes down to the same exact issue. And I'm not sure you can do away with a lawsuit if they actually filed. I need to get the status on this, Laura. Did they actually file a lawsuit that must be responded to?
They have.
Okay, if they filed a lawsuit, you need to file a response within 21 days. The risk is a default judgment against you no matter what.
Correct.
So, you have to respond. And listen, from my experience, I have found if you don't have an attorney, you're screwed. In what court did they sue you? In district court, right?
I don't have an answer for that.
Well, it says on the top of the lawsuit, it's district court, I think, because it's over.
Oh, okay.
Do you have this lawsuit in front of you?
I don't have it in front of me at the moment.
All right. Send it to us when you get a chance so we can have our people look at it.
Okay.
Okay, now, let me just go through this, okay? You're disputing the money owed. They want the money. That's it. Now, if you paid the money they feel is owed, would they let you move on, or do they insist on doing the rest of the contract? Do you know that?
I don't know that.
Okay. You need to find that out, too. For example, your attorney needs to find... The lawsuit will spell that out. In other words, are they saying not only do you owe us this money, but you also need to use us for everything specified in the contract? That's called specific performance. Now, what you need to do is answer the lawsuit. That's the first thing. Get an attorney and answer the lawsuit whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. The next thing you need to do is you need to get an expert there to assess the work done and what it's worth. I would go to American Restoration 24/7. They are our experts in mitigation
What
and
about a
restoration.
public adjuster, Tom?
Now, a public adjuster is a totally different topic, but good idea. And you need to hold on for a sec, okay? Because I'm going to get into the break, and I don't want to. And then I'm going to try to get American Restoration on the line for you. Hold on a second. And Jerry, I probably will need to hold you over, but what are your questions, Jerry?
Oh. Hello.
Yes, Jerry. What are your questions?
Yeah, it's a couple of things. Yes. I was wondering about getting my furnace checked, and also talk to somebody about installing air conditioning at the same time.
Okay. Yeah. Now this is important because, boy, whenever somebody wants something like this, they run the risk of a ripoff. There are a number of different options. If you go to referralist.com, that's safe. But if you want to get your furnace checked, we have our people. We have Plumb Line Services. We have Fix It 24/7, a wonderful company. And then we have, on the referral list, we also have Price Fixer. We have different options for different people. What you need to do is call and just ask. You want a furnace? Check. You want to look into buying an AC. First of all, estimates should be 100% free. You shouldn't have to accept it that day or never. You should have a chance to shop it, and then that's what you do. You make a decision based on value, price, experience, company, and the product. But remember, just price alone doesn't tell the whole story. Neither does it tell the story if it's the most expensive. That doesn't mean it's the best. If it's the cheapest, it doesn't mean it's the worst. There's a whole bunch to it, and it's going to take a little homework. So if you want to try these companies, for example, Fix It has the $39 check. They'll come out and do it for $39 if you're a new customer. No matter what, they'll go through the entire thing. You'll never go wrong with that. As far as buying, I suggest when you get your estimates, you compare them and then ask questions of the unknown. Ask questions. It's part of the thing people don't do and part of the reason they're ripped off. So I'm going to go over that and more coming up.
Did you screw up?
Or maybe not, but
You see what Nick's saying. I understand. She's not explaining to
Yeah,
him
but what I'm doing
white
is
lies.
I'm going to copy you on this because this is what should have been explained, and I want you to read it. You'll see why. It's just the kind of thing that.
He has flat rate pricing. You'll know the price of everything.
Okay, if you want the same exact copy that you use for the live,
lawyer shopping.
I recommend you don't pay for
Hold on.
lives.
Kill this for a second. Kill that.
You're going to face a trying time. Get someone to protect your rights. Joseph A. Lazara, 303-429-6200. If you're accused of any crime, you can call Joseph Lazara for criminal defense. 303-429-6200. Find him on my referral list at referralist.com.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Ross Kaminsky tomorrow morning at 5, 6:30 KHOW Denver.
ABC News, I'm Zachary Quiche. President Trump calls it a witch hunt. Top Democrats call it a shakedown. They're talking about the president's phone call with the president of Ukraine in which, according to a White House transcript released today, President Trump asked President Zelensky to do him a favor and investigate Joe Biden, President Trump's potential rival.
Like any mafia boss, the president didn't need to say, that's a nice country you have, but you're ashamed of something else, because that was clear from the conversation.
Democrat Adam Schiff is chair of the House Intel Committee.
Pencil neck Schiff.
Republican Senator Mitt Romney says the transcript is troubling. Other
Of course
Republicans
it's troubling.
see it differently.
Are you going to yoga?
If you girls are playing racquetball, I'm going to yoga.
What do you want to do for dinner?
I don't know, and like
I
not
would-
hear you go, oh, rub my feet, I'm so tired, I can't even move, I can't eat, I can't eat.
I refuse to even play into that nonsense.
She wants that wabi. What kind of beef?
Oh, there, Costco, 41 pounds of straight up Wagyu beef, $2 grand.
So it's asking the guys if they wanted to go in.
We're not fucking buying Wagyu.
Why? It's wonderful stuff. You don't think there's a difference?
It's I'm sure there's a difference. I ain't spending that much for fucking steak.
How much was it?
$50
It was
a pound.
$2,000 for 41 pounds.
$50 a pound, bro.
That's way too much.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's all cut up and stuff. It's not.
And that's raw. You still got to cook it.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you something. So for $1,000, I get 20 pounds.
Yeah.
What would that look like? Just
It would
like
look
this?
like
Less than
several
that.
fillets.
This is 1 pound of brick, so it'd be 20 of these.
Just 20 steaks?
Well,
It's
brick.
on Costco. That Costco sends their email flyers.
But listen, Wagyu is really good, but why is it so expensive?
It's not as good as veal.
Well,
I'll take veal.
It's more expensive than veal.
I know, it's way more. But you take a cow and you just
Veal's a different taste.
you take that little calf and you don't let it move for about a month and a half, boy. You fucking whack it. You whack it a few times.
What do they do to Wagyu? What is?
I think they massage
They
it.
massage it. And if you don't think Wagyu sits there and doesn't move either, you're crazy.
But they get
It sits there
massaged.
and doesn't move much longer.
They don't want to move. They're just getting massaged. They're just sitting
They're
there.
lucky cows.
They don't know they're going to get killed. They just thought life is good.
You guys are really fucking terrible.
It is true though, man. You get a fucking cow and don't move it and massage it, that shit is fucking good.
Go to Babbel.com or download the app and try it for free.
That's a good cow.
That's a good cow. That's a lucky cow.
See, Don Murphy says they're selling this car at the auction next Wednesday. Marco has not called me back. He entered an appearance and never called me back. We have the records on this guy's phone. He never met with Don. Now, I know he's busy, but come on, you can't fucking take something on like this and not do it.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, can you call him? I mean, he might talk to you. He might answer you. Just say, look, we they're going to sell his car next Wednesday.
I thought they were offering a deal. I thought they sent them something.
They did. They sent saying, can we talk? And Marco never fucking contacted him. I mean, that's bullshit.
Well, we don't know if that's true.
Well, they're saying they didn't.
No. You're saying, who's saying that?
Called me, the consumer.
No. I'm saying, does the consumer know if Marco ever talked to?
Well, no, he wouldn't know that. He's saying he just was notified it's being sold next week.
So they actually notify him that.
No, I don't know. I think he's checking a website. I don't know. I don't know the answer. He just said, I found out my car is being sold next week, and I haven't heard anything from the attorney. So that much we know. He hasn't been. Now, come on, you gotta at least contact him.
Well, he has to. He's got a fiduciary. Well, I don't know about contacting him.
There's a crash on the west side of town now.
But here's the thing too: is
He can't enter an appearance and do nothing. I can tell you that.
is Murphy thinking about going and buying his car back?
I don't think you could. In fact, I don't think you're allowed to buy your own vehicle back under that nuisance law.
No, you're not.
You're not allowed. Can you believe that shit?
It's the preferred way with FlexToday. No need to repeat like the other.
We can't. He can't end up with that car back. Doesn't matter if it's third party. Isn't that fucking weird?
No.
Listen, I can't buy it for him and give him the cost.
No, you can't.
No, you fucking
can't. Denver. He lives in Aurora.
No.
Why would Denver care? How can Denver keep
It
it from doing that?
says if an agent buys it, it's against the law.
Denver's law.
Well,
Yeah.
So what? He's in Aurora.
Well, he better never
They can
drive
still
through
fucking
Denver
arrest
again.
you. If you
They'll
break the
extradite.
law, they can
They'll
come and
extradite.
get you. No, they can get you for breaking the law. I mean, why couldn't they?
But that's how fucked up that is.
Otherwise,
I mean, think about that.
Otherwise, you could do like across the border.
No, wait, the Commerce City
Commerce City.
Yeah, Commerce City does it. They stopped right at the border.
With the guy who was drunk, left his car there.
He left.
Damn!
Don't let the city.
That guy's smart.
Shit, he's gone.
I remember you were doing that stuff. That guy's smart. He stopped right at the phone.
It reminded me of the Dukes of Hazzard.
Right, exactly.
The fat fucking, who was the fat sheriff? Boss Hogg. And
Boss Hogg, and then the sheriff.
The two separate stupid deputies. Boss Hogg was like the mayor, right? Or city councilman or something. No, Remus. Oh, what the hell was their name? Remus? Damn it, they got away again.
So you're saying a city law trumps a state law?
No, it doesn't trump it. It doesn't trump it.
Talk about putting words
It
into
doesn't trump
someone's
it.
mouth.
Well, who's talking about trumping it? If
Well,
you
what's
break
this got
a
to do
Denver
with our
city
president?
law,
No.
if you break a Denver city law and leave the city, they can arrest you for it. But like I said, but and if the state said it wasn't against the law, no, it doesn't. It wouldn't be against the law then. Hi.
Troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. What is on your mind? This is the Consumer Troubleshooter Show, and if you're tuning in and you're saying, what the hell is this? This is my show extended an hour. No, seriously, we love the privilege of helping people with problems, questions, and complaints. If you're listening live on YouTube, on Facebook, or streaming, or you picked us up from iTunes or another podcast source, you can easily call us anytime, anywhere at 303-MARTINO. That number goes through to us at any time. When we're here, it goes into the studio. When not, you leave a voicemail, or in our office, we talk to you. And if you leave a number, we will call you back, especially for the extended hour of the Troubleshooter. I'll let you know whenever lines are open. We have a couple lines open at 303-713-TALK. Now, I'm still getting emails about Angel. I just want to say we gave the updates. We're not giving any more, except to say she called saying the landlord was purposely sabotaging her apartment and ruining it and vandalizing it. It turns out it was her boyfriend, and there is no vandalism going on, and she's a nut. And she's into drugs and violence and lost her kids, and that's the update. I'm tired of giving the update. Also, I said I had the characteristic of people who are constantly ripped off. I didn't finish the last element, and I will, because it has to do, I believe, with things that are afoot with our follow-up. Now I'm going to talk to Rock with American Restoration 24/7. Rock, you know, one of the things when we interviewed for the referral list, we were so happy to have a good company on in this area, because unfortunately the restoration area, the mitigation area, and rebuilding area is riddled with ripoffs, and I'm glad to have American Restoration on board, or American Restoration 24/7. Now, this problem you've heard of before, and here it is. Laura says she hired a company, all right? And she said that they were supposed to do a job because there was a fire in a neighboring townhome, and they breached the wall, and there was asbestos in there. The people told her there was a major asbestos problem. She signed a contract for $92,000 some odd dollars, or excuse me, for whatever. Now, it turns out that it was a minor problem. She has the original test results. But here's the issue today. The insurance is paid $40,000. Laura believes they're not even entitled to that, let alone the balance. They're suing her for the balance. We have a real problem, and she needs someone to go in to say how much work has been done. That's pretty complicated, isn't it, Rock? I mean, but I imagine...
Yes, just a little bit, yes.
But
yes. Now, if there was a breach of asbestos, especially in a fire situation, it is pretty major when there's a fire, because the smoke carries the asbestos far. Oh, wow. So wherever there was smoke, it's carried that asbestos. If there was asbestos, that smoke.
Hey, Laura, do you know are any other units affected, Laura?
I have tried reaching out to people, and no one else says they've been affected by the asbestos.
But you don't know that yet.
I don't know that.
But
and
you
also,
do know that air tests show that you have a contaminated unit, right? What else were you going to say?
Correct. They have a document, the final air test after the abatement, and they're refusing to give that to us to see if the abatement was done correctly.
Rock, don't they have to show her that?
Yes, they can let her know that it's passed or failed, but sometimes they hold it pending payment.
Okay, so listen, if she believes that she did not get her money's worth, her insurance company's basically out of it. They put the money in escrow and say, here's the money. Now Laura wants to rebuild her house with the $72,000 left, or put it back together. She does not trust the existing company to do that. So I think the very first thing she does, she needs an attorney, but then she needs to have an expert like you assess what has been done. I mean, what if you go in there, Rock, and say, they did a great job?
Yeah, well, the final test should show that. If the final test shows with certified laboratory results, then the abatement should be closed. Now, the rebuild and all those other things, that's another issue.
Right. No, that's right. But as far as the abatement, not just abated, but was it worth $40,000? What they did, for example, certainly you would have a handle on that, wouldn't you?
Yes, we could go in and we could see, where things were and make sure that the areas that needed to be abated were abated.
Laura, he can tell you, in other words, if you got your money's worth, okay, and if it's safe. But you need to take steps. You cannot just sit back and hope this goes away. Suzanne, what were you going to say?
The attorney she did meet with told her she should file bankruptcy.
Why? Well, why? Why is that? Do they feel you're going to lose?
He said we have a great case. He said we cannot afford to hire an attorney, and our best bet was to go bankrupt.
Oh, well, Laura, that might be true. If truly you can't afford it, it's going to cost you money to defend yourself. So you were hoping to get this out of the way. What if we called the company and said this? I mean, because there's nothing wrong with saying this. What if here's what I would say to the company, Mr. Abatement Company. Can we have an expert go look at that, and would you agree to at least do what you were contracted to do, or make up for the work not done, or take less money if he doesn't feel it was worth $40? I mean, you don't know this. They may not want to go to court.
And also, I'm not so much arguing the $40 that's been paid out as I am, he stated that he has charging us for tearing off our drywall and a whole list of things, and that was never completed.
You're telling me that he's suing you for the $72,000 left, and you're claiming none of that work was done.
Correct.
She didn't let him do some of it, though, is going to be his argument.
If you asked them to finish the job, would they do it?
We already have.
And what did they say?
They came in and they sprayed a smoke mitigating substance.
No, I'm asking, were they supposed to rebuild the house?
They were not supposed to do the rebuild. They were supposed to finish the mitigating process.
Okay, here's what I want to know. Your original contract with them is just mitigation. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
And they're saying that just the mitigation part was $40 plus the $72 that's left?
Correct.
Was any?
I'm sorry. He's saying that the mitigation part left is $52,000, but he is also claiming he deserves the rebuild money, even though he was never hired for the rebuild.
Laura, you have a very complicated case that needs to be fixed. You need Rock at least to look at your contract to see what they did. I mean, really. And Laura, do you have money to hire an attorney or an expert?
I do not. I have money to hire an expert to come look at the property, but I do not have money to hire an attorney.
Well, maybe if the expert says, you know what, Laura, they're not doing that bad, let them finish. What was the big problem to begin with, Laura?
He refused. Well, we had him come back in stating that the job was not completed. He came in and sprayed a smoke mitigating substance.
Laura, so he says in his mind, all of the mitigation has been completed, and he's due 40 plus another 52.
52, correct.
In his mind, it's done, right?
Yes.
Then you have to hire an expert to see if it's done. That's our first step. Okay. Now, when is your deadline for responding?
I believe we have 21 days from yesterday.
You need to get a response filed, even if we get you somebody just to do that. You need. Then you may have to do a bankruptcy. You may have to do a settlement. Maybe Rock will say, you know what? They did the work. But doesn't that sound like a lot of money for a townhome? $92,000.
That's quite a bit. That's almost the price of the
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Mitigations like that, Rock, is that usually the price for asbestos?
That's quite a bit. That's now the 40 I can see, because of smoke damage.
She might be getting, Laura, you might be being ripped off. I don't know what to do. I mean, you might be getting ripped off royally, and if you can't fight it, you're forced to do a bankruptcy.
Yes.
Or just release the funds.
Now here's the deal. A public adjuster, as Suzanne said, is a good idea to get you more money. But that's not that's not going to solve this problem, okay? It's not going to solve this particular problem. You have a lawsuit pending, and you have to answer it, and you have to get Rock over there to assess what is wrong.
Or she releases the funds.
Yeah, or you pay them. But
if we release the funds, we have no money to finish the restoration and complete the house.
That's where the public adjuster would come in, though.
Yeah, but you know what? Either they underbid it, or as Rock said, I can tell he's floored because they're charging her $92.5, Mark. Not even for a rebuild. That's just the mitigation.
Rock, would you go look at it for us?
Just really quick.
Not a problem.
All right, hold on. Laura, that's the very first thing we do. The very first thing. Then when we find out they're ripping your face off, we got to find help for you, damn it. I don't want to see this. And get the name of the restoration company off the air. I want to know who it is. I'll know by their name what is going on. Now, hold on. Robert, you need advice on house painting. Is that what you need?
That's right, Tom.
All right, man. We got some information for you. Hang on. Also, Frank, I don't know what his deal is. Frank, what do you want to fill in for me when I'm out?
Yes.
You do? Okay, I'm going to give you a test. I'm going to give you a test to see if you can. You hold on, bro, okay? That'll be fun. And then Jerry had some questions. Suzanne, I think I answered all of Jerry's questions. We'll find out.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
She encourages her 6-year-old son to wear dresses from his classmates.
Anytime. It's a heck of a show. He's on right now. I tell you. I'm sorry. Retrofoam. Rocky Mountain Retrofoam is the most amazing insulation I've ever seen. You will agree when you see this video. This is the best way. Go and look at this video, foamyourwalls.com. If you're looking for insulation, whether it's on new construction, home improvements, or you're retrofitting, you may think, well, I don't have to retrofit, Tom. I already have insulation. It's never going to measure up to this. You're paying too much in energy bills. This can reduce energy bills up to 50%. It makes your house soundproof up to 80%. It fills every nook and cranny inside your wall cavities. It's the most amazing stuff. It's high-tech foam, environmentally friendly, no off-gassing. This is not stuff in a can you see at a hardware store. This is done with high-tech equipment from the outside of your home. Installation in all your wall cavities can take a day, sometimes a little more, but you have to check out this company, Rocky Mountain Retro Foam, the best insulation ever. 720-676-6333. 720-676-6333. foamyourwalls.com.
It's Dreamstyle Windows and Doors 30th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a 30-day sale this month only. Take advantage of huge savings with
By my calculations, that's the last one they're doing.
And no interest. And September 30th, which means you have less than 1 week left. Dreamstyle Windows and Doors is proud to celebrate 30 years in business this month. Since our founding in September 1989, we've been committed to delivering the best quality product and an outstanding installation experience. We offer a wide range of quality Pella windows and doors. During our 30th anniversary 30-day sale, save $285 on every window, $785 on every door, with 12 months no money down, no payments, and no interest. Hurry, this exclusive offer ends September 30th. Dreamstyle Windows and Doors, featuring 303-222-5256, or visit dreamstylewindows.com to schedule your free consultation. That's 303-222-5256.
Only 3 days left until Carpet Mill Outlet Store's one-day private sale. This Saturday at Carpet Mill Outlet Stores, save up to 40% off MSRP store-wide. For a limited time, get 2 years interest-free financing. So whether it's carpet, hardwood, Cortec, tile, laminate, granite countertops.
I had one that came in that's not good, man.
The lowest prices
Complaint.
guaranteed. You'll find value price options to fit every style and every budget.
What's that? I had a complaint come in that's not good.
Find out more at CarpetMillOutletStores.com.
One of our referrals members. It's not anybody.
But what is the complaint? Tell me the nature.
No work performed, but they billed their home company and forged it.
26 years of proven credibility. Frank Duran, the real estate man.
Yeah, I'm giving them, I basically, in the email I'm sending them, I said I need to know an answer today on this.
Taxes has come and gone, and soon it'll be time to start thinking about 2019. For those who have not filed for years, or have looming tax debt, or collections or audits, there is comfort and relief. Larson Tax Relief. Larson gives help to delinquent taxpayers all over the country. Thank goodness.
So she said she loves her live ads. They're only talking about a recorded one. She said, no, we love the live ads. Nothing wrong with any of them during the show. Susan, every fucking time Susan hears an ad on the show from Flexity, every time, she says that's not the recorded ad they want. And Mark, they don't want that ad. She is so confused right now. We got two then.
Yeah, exactly.
On Church Ranch Road in West 844 Larson Tax. That's 844
Deer in the headlights.
It's happening.
Wherever
cupcakes are being frosted,
Yeah, right.
being recorded, and engines are
I'll tell you what, if that's true, I'm fucking impressed. Although, I'm not impressed.
I'm going to tell you something else. We have a new audience at Walmart. If you let me customer calls back and say something else, they're going to go away as soon as this ad's get I hear that too much, Mark. I hear it too much. It can't be just a few people that don't like it.
I always thought we do, in the last 2 hours, we just build everything lives only. Just, basically, we never go to break. We just constantly work content, but I don't know how that works.
Let's talk about it. There's no reason we can't, but there might be things outside of our.
So we're secured?
Completely.
Yeah, run a schedule, you're right, absolutely.
This is the company from mitigation.
Protect your business at Barracuda.com. Barracuda, your journey.
Who is it? What's the name?
This report is sponsored by Electronic Weight Norton.
A bit cooler today, bright sunshine.
Look at the ratings, let me know.
They're just on Facebook and
I'm meteorologist Brooks
Home
Garner,
Advisor by phone.
Fucking Home Advisor. Has Tom gotten back to you? Our attorney? Our fearless attorney?
Who?
Our fearless attorney on IP.
Friday the hearing for, Friday the discovery is going to be set in stone by the judge.
So we had to go to a fucking hearing.
For discovery.
They're going to settle.
You know, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. All right, Robert, we have some great painters at referralist.com. What kind of advice do you need specifically?
Well, I just never, first-time homeowner and
Yes.
first time getting a house painted, so
Okay.
I wanted to see if you guys could give me a second opinion on the quote that I got there, and if I'm missing any things like, I don't see it mentioning the gutters.
I don't like those guys.
Yeah, we used to, in fact, have them on the list. They're no longer on. Enough said. Okay? I wouldn't use them, period. How's that?
Okay.
Isn't that easy? So if you want another opinion than that, I see they're on Dave Logan's list. Call him. I just wouldn't use them. And that's just straight up. We would not use them. And I think you should go to Star Quality Painting or someone on the referral list. We have great people. If you don't see something you don't like, you ask questions. If you want to go with these people, you're hell-bent on it, ask questions.
Get three bids. There's Tom's Top Notch Painting, Colorado Painting, and Star Quality. Call all three of them.
Right. I wouldn't use Vivax. So that's just whatever you want. Whatever you want to do is up to you. Now, I will say this. The proposal doesn't look terrible. Again, everything like this is personal. And if you've not had a house done...
I think this looks high. You don't think so?
No, I meant it as far as the writing, the way it's proposed. I'm not talking about the price. Now, listen, you don't judge totally on price, remember that. But ask questions. When you asked about the gutters, what did they say?
I haven't called him. I've got an appointment to call him this afternoon.
Okay, ask all of your questions, all of them, and then get the same exact quote, but do not tell other people about previous quotes. Don't do it, okay, Robert? And then call us back if you have questions. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Again, this all falls under to the classifications I said about being victimized. I went over it. It spells out amen, A-M-E-N. It's easy for you to remember. The first thing, A, is appearance. People who get ripped off have a weird or a non-appropriate appearance. It's not congruent for what they're doing. Not all the time. But in other words, they pick up on weaknesses in appearance, whether they're at your house or in an office setting or whatever. It seems to be a trait that people share when they're ripped off. Another one is M stands for mouth or communication. Again, you ask each and every question. Do not settle for an answer you do not understand, period. Every question on your mind. Another one is education and experience. Not just questions and communications, but and be with the M for mouth. You say, no, I'm not ready, or yes, I am, or I'll be doing this in 6 months. Do not pressure me. Say what you mean. Also, with education, educate yourself on the market. What should this cost? What is normally included? What other experiences have people had, which includes reviews and stuff. So that's very important. And then the N means something. The name of the people involved, your name and their name, not just the company, but individual names. That company may have been taken over by someone else. You want to know, is this the same company? And you ask questions about it. Amen. That is a common group of traits for people who get ripped off if they neglect those things. All right, Jerry said he had some other questions. Jerry, do you have any specific questions on these home services? You asked about furnace checks and stuff like that. Do you have any specific questions, Jerry?
No, I had another issue.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
I was just wanting to verify how much I was getting ripped off by my insurance company on my auto hail damage.
All right, tell me what's going on with it.
Okay, I have had some hail damage.
Okay. What is your vehicle?
07 Prius Touring.
Okay. And what about it?
It got some hail damage.
And how are you getting ripped off? How are you being ripped off?
They want to total the car and then give me $2,900.
For an 07 Prius, and how many miles on it?
180.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You're coming up on battery life, and you're coming up on mileage for other stuff. So anyway, what do you think, based on your research, it is worth?
Well, I think they ought to pay a little more on getting the hail damage repaired.
Okay, what was the estimate for repair? Do you know?
I don't know. They never really gave me one.
Is any of the paint damaged, Jerry?
No.
Okay. I would go to Flexident of Colorado and talk to Nick. Seriously. Okay. Ask them to give you an honest-to-God estimate. They will not ever lie to you about it. And then you'll know how much. Now, if it is a lot of money, if it approaches 75% of value, they will not fix it. They will make you total it, okay?
Okay.
But you can buy the car back from insurance for a low amount, usually, if you negotiate, and then you can have it fixed and keep it. The only problem there, if you buy it back and you don't fix it, basically you're uninsurable. They're going to subtract that damage from anything that happens in the future.
Right.
Except for liability. If you get it fixed, you're still going to have a lower amount that they pay you due to its salvage value. So, first step, get it estimated at Flexident. And I will give. I thought I had their number.
Man, that thing's worth $1,000 to $2,000.
Yeah, but if he loves it, I don't think they're going to fix it.
Oh, hold on, I'm looking at trade-in. Private party is
what? How much?
$2,800.
Yeah, so they're not going to fix it most likely. They're just not going to fix it. But you can ask to buy it back as salvage. You should be able to buy it back for $500 or $1,000. Okay, you buy it back and get it fixed. But if you invest too much money, remember, you're never going to get that money out. So if you keep the car forever, it won't affect you. If you want to, you can.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Ross Kaminsky in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver.
I heard they were expensive. How much are batteries? Battery. I'm going to go battery replacement.
So that mitigation company was just formed in January of this year.
In the usual spots, but there are several problems off freeway.
Well, with what's his face going out, we'll find out.
Yes, not only that.
2,300 to 2,500.
Eastbound Colfax between Kipling and Garrison. That eastbound stretch of Colfax closed for accident investigation. Your forecast for today, plenty of sunshine this afternoon. A high in the low. This thing would be
just buy it back.
How long do you think?
So people say they're lasting longer than they say.
This guy's freaking out with his car. We got to get at least a response from Arthur to put that on hold.
What are you talking about?
This Murphy's car.
Driving home is
he is panicked. I don't blame him. They're going to sell it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I texted him. Let me see what he says. I'll try calling him later, too.
All we need is for him to...
During the day, it's always...
At least put a stay on that sale until we can get to it, because there's 180 days to set aside a default judgment. If you are suffering from depression that is med-resistant, by the way, that's more common than you might think. You've tried a medication and you're still not feeling that great, or you've tried 2 medications. Some people combine medications. Here's the great news. There is a therapy, clinically proven, FDA approved, transcranial magnetic stimulation. In layman's terms, that's TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation. In layman's terms, it's a magnetic therapy, a pulse that is that energizes the brain. Now, it's not painful at all. You don't even know what's happening. It's a very passive, painless treatment. And what it does is energizes your brain to accept medication, to be more potent, make the medications more effective. It's been proven, and it is by prescription only. Now, you can contact TMS Solutions directly. They work out of doctors' offices and psychiatrists all over the area in Littleton, Cherry Creek, Centennial, Fort Collins. Call them directly. They can tell you how to work with your doctor or do it directly. 303-928-0499. 303-928-0499. TMSsolutions.com. Hey, did you find Suzanne there? Did you find his response weird to being on the show? And then I answered it.
I found it very bizarre.
I don't even know what he was saying. Was he complaining that it was not much time given?
And that's how I took it.
You saw my response, right?
Ooh,
yes, I did.
That is cool.
What's that?
This new Echo alarm clock.
Echo alarm clock?
It looks like a clock.
What is special?
Doesn't that look how cool that looks?
It's just a little one, right?
I don't know.
Oh, I mean that size. It looks giant. Obviously, it's not giant.
No. They just released all these. An oven. Alexa, set my oven to 350. That's kind of cool.
This is your best chance to win. Remember, text enter.
We thought you said 1350.
Alexa, give me the reach around.
Oh.
I don't see what the big deal is getting up and turning it on.
How about a TV? You're probably one of those guys that used to say that too.
No.
Who wants a remote for a TV?
I said, Jake,
well, I got kids.
That's right. Jake, get up and turn the TV.
Turn that dial.
We're here with some good news. We can show you how to reduce...
Do you remember, after the TV dial, remember they used to have 2. One would be UHF, one VHF, 2 dials. After that, they had the push button.
At the Boulder Marriott.
One of our common men messaged me this. I guess your favorite attorneys over at Yanni's harassing patrons.
Who is it?
Ron the Bulldog. That's what he said.
Let me see.
That does not look like him.
Says Tom's buddy Brian the Bulldog Moore at Yanni's.
I wonder, it doesn't look...
Reduce or eliminate your capital gains.
I'm telling you, that does
Let
not...
me see him.
I know this man. This man's way more ugly.
Well, didn't you retire? No, that's the Bulldog, bro.
Are you sure, Mark? He doesn't look like...
He's over at Yanni's, so I know you frequent Yanni's.
He's taking over your face.
I go to Yanni's once in a while to the...
Mark won't let me go there. He won't eat there. So we work together a lot.
What is it, like goat?